Not started, just some pre-show banter with Eric and I. This is Frank. Gonna have a really good show for you all today. Looks like quite a bit of news. Um, some dirty cops have been fired, so that's always great news. The new PS Plus games in July. We got wind of what those games are going to be, so that's pretty cool. Um, we're just holding off, waiting for Breakman to join us as well. So, if you are listening on the archives, join us live every Friday, 7 Eastern. I don't know what that is Pacific. I think like what 4 Pacific, Eric, something like that. I don't know. But we have a good time on Twitch and YouTube. So, especially the Twitch, you really want to join the Twitch chat. There's way more people in there than there are in the. Nobody really joins on the YouTube chat, which is kind of weird. But whatever. I have them both open, so they're both there for your pleasure. Um, what else we got, Eric? I've been playing that Plague's Tale. I was telling you before we got on the air. That's we talked a little bit about that. Got a couple of reviews. Looks like Eric's got some reviews for Bento and
Bento,
Bento or whatever, and Fairy
as
Tale.
in like a bento.
Oh, got you, like a bento box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fairy Tale and the movies. So got that. I got a review of Big Mouth season 3. I'm sure Freak 5 will be interested in what I have to say about that. I also got a chance to see a movie called Guns Akimbo. And Eric, I'm telling you, dude, that's as close to an anime I've ever seen a live action movie get. It's really good, really real fun. Um, it stars the what's that? It's Daniel Radcliffe, the Harry Potter guy.
Have you
And
seen Swiss Army Man?
I have not, but I've heard really good things. I think Bernie saw Swiss Army Man, the one with
I think it's on Netflix.
I'll have to check it out.
The one where he swims with the dead guy.
Yeah, that one. You
Yeah,
saw that?
yeah,
Did
you
we see
probably
it?
slept through it.
Oh, we both slept through it. So
I slept through parts of it.
okay,
Yeah.
well maybe. But Guns Akimbo's a fun movie. No heist capade for me this week, but Stinkos, of course, and Sweetos. We're gonna have a couple of interesting free for alls. Got the new price of games. You might be surprised what I have to say about the price of games. Of course, they're going up. They hardly ever go down or stay the same. So, I mean, it's to be expected.
Hell, they
But
can't even stay the price point with all the microtransaction loot box nonsense going on.
that's an
It's like let's
addition.
let's charge you $60 and then let's make you do this stuff.
Yeah, Sterling had it right. Games don't cost $60. They're 60 plus DLC plus microtransactions plus. You know, if you weren't a savvy consumer, you'd be spending over 100 a game pretty easily. So we'll be talking about that. Also, um, a racist mascot might be on the wayside. So we'll be talking about that. The team in Washington may be changing their name. You know, only about 30, 40, 50 years too short. But whatever. Hey,
The
Wyland,
Redskins and the Kansas City Chiefs both need to change their name.
I agree. The Chiefs never will. They just won the Super Bowls. But the one at a time, Eric. Let's
And even the Cleveland Indians need to change their name.
yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Wyland is in chat. Can you hear us, Wyland? We're just doing a little pre-show banter. Just making sure all the levels are good before we do the show proper. Waiting for Breakman to join. Everything looks good on this end. Um, uh, so yeah. Oh, cool. I just typed in chat as okay, cool. Thanks, Wyland. Really appreciate that. Should be a fun show today. It's always a fun show. Bernie's in the house today. She hasn't been here in a long time.
Hiya.
Say hi, Bernie.
Hello.
All right. So yeah, should be should be a ton of fun today.
That's when Minnesota had the right idea when they had the Vikings. No one's going to complain about Vikings.
Why would I mean I mean we'll talk about it more when we get to the free for all, Eric. But if I'm the owner of the Washington team, I'm changing the name. You know how much money he could make? I mean, he can sell all the old school stuff, and then
How about the Washington Valkyries? Like, Valkyries are women, but, that'd be a good plus for getting female viewers.
I think so.
And,
That would be,
and Valkyries were still badass anyway, so
of course. I could see
more
that.
manlier than most men.
Yeah. Doubtful that's going to happen, but maybe we'll come up with some other names, Eric, when we discuss that in our free for all. But we're also going to be talking about game prices and the rising cost of those. But you might be a little surprised what I have to say when we get to that. I think, let's see, what were PS2? Well, we'll talk about it. Did you see that House Devil's Rejects 3 from Hell is getting a steelbook? I did not, Wyland. It does not surprise me, but I mean, the director's cuts are. I mean, there's nothing special really about the director's cuts.
I need to add a stinko. I can just remembered it, but I don't know. Maybe Waylon can weigh in on it too.
What's that? What's that?
The fighting game community.
So what's going on? Target exclusive, cool. Of all
Well,
places.
apparently the CEO or co-CEO of Evo, which was a big tournament thing.
Yeah. I know what Evo is.
Was basically found soliciting young children for sex,
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
he has a fake non-apology.
Oh, was that what that was about when he was apologizing on Twitter? Because like
Yeah.
I don't, I'm not up on that fighting game stuff, but I do know what Evo is.
And aside from that, the fighting game community has a lot of sexism going on there.
Wyland says not exactly for sex, but does it
But
really?
still not great.
I mean, yeah. Does it really matter? Like honestly, like it doesn't much matter.
It's basically the equivalent of offering candy to kids.
Oof.
Get them in the van.
Yeah, let's get in the van, kids. Oof. Did you see that Ghislaine Maxwell got arrested? Matter of fact, I should put that in my Sweetos. So lots of stuff. Countdown to how long Ghislaine Maxwell, quote unquote, commits suicide, right, Eric? I mean, that's what it's gonna kind of be.
Like I said, this is alongside all of the people being exposed as sexual predators within the fighting game community and places like Evo.
Yeah. He paid kids arcade tokens to jump in a fountain with most
The
of
Smash players. That's
God damn, that's really gross, man. With most of the I mean, look, the more money you get, it seems like the creepier people get, man. Like, Ghislaine Maxwell is a fucking creepster. Apparently, there's someone willing, I don't know if it's a male or female, I'm assuming a female, that's willing to testify that Ghislaine Maxwell raped her 20 to 30 times. So, that's the latest update on that shit.
Wait, so that was the military thing, right?
No, Ghislaine Maxwell was Jeffrey Epstein's confidant. And she arranged a bunch of, allegedly arranged for, underage girls to basically get raped by Epstein and Trump and Bill Clinton and, a bunch of other people in that black book of his. Alan Dershowitz is another piece of shit. He wrote
basically the secretary of the sex trafficking ring.
Yeah, basically. And Alan Dershowitz, you can tell he's complicit because he's all over the news right now, basically defending Ghislaine Maxwell. Innocent until proven guilty. Yes, we understand that. This is the United States of America, last time I checked. But, come on. You don't have to go out of your way to say that shit. It's just kind of understood, But he's just I hope one day Alan Dershowitz sees some jail time, because he's a creepy fuck, just like what Weiland says. You want to talk about creepy fucks, Weiland? Alan Dershowitz is a creepy motherfucker. I love how his non-apology said he's been
trying but failing, apparently.
Yeah, DMs dropped today showing he was still doing creepy stuff.
Are you really trying then?
Yeah, in 2013. Yeah, really trying for 20 years, you fuck. Fuck that guy.
Like, I doubt he's gone for therapy.
Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it, man. Well, hopefully his time's coming, but why did it take so long for Ghislaine Maxwell to get fucking snatched up, man? Like, if I had been complicit in any of that shit, like, I would have been snatched up so fucking fast. I mean, I guess I answered my own question. It's all about money. The more money you got. Are you going to go to sleep during the show, Bernie?
I'm listening.
Uh-huh. She's over here just chilling, looking like she's about ready to go to sleep. Look at you. Look at you. Uh-huh. So it should be a fun show today. Lots to talk about. Still in the middle of a pandemic. Upticks everywhere, especially in Arizona. I think Nevada.
And there's going to be even more with all the stupid people doing the fireworks shit.
Yeah, July 4th, a lot of people gathered together. I doubt people are going to be wearing masks. Oof. Wyland says he got DLC for Street Fighter or X Tekken. Do you say Cross Tekken, X Tekken? How do you say that? It's different for every fucking game. From Wizard for free. Thankfully, it was just a code drop. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool. From Wizard.
We got Namco Cross Capcom Project Cross Zone, so that's probably Cross Tekken.
Yeah, Wyland says Cross. I never know those. Some of those games are X, some of them are Cross, some of them are Times. Like I don't even fucking know, man. It's like so weird the way the games are labeled, and then I always get in trouble.
Well, like I think SNK had it right when they made SVC Chaos, which was SNK and Capcom.
Yeah,
but it was their version of SNK and Capcom, and not Capcom's.
Same Wizard that just got canceled. You mean like the Wizard comic? Like I remember that being like a comic book, like where you could tell how much your comics were worth and stuff like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So if you're just joining, the show's RP Grinders. Breakman will be here in just a few, and we'll get him on the line, and we should have a pretty good show. It feels dirty even though it was just a tweet drop. Oh, yeah. Evo Wizard. Okay, now I get you. Yeah, just got canceled. Oh, man. Fuck, is Evo falling apart, man? Like, completely? Like, it's starting to... I think,
Evo devolved.
Yeah, exactly. I just saw, like, a walkthrough of Vegas. And they had like a esports arena. I think it was in the Luxor, maybe Excalibur, but it looked kind of cool. It was a cool. No, maybe I'm wrong. But there was a whole setup for what you call it for I don't know. Evo went back to its creator, so that's good. That's good. God damn it! This dog is like laying here just like in the way. They canceled Evo Online for this year. Look, the pandemic canceled a lot of things, man. So I'm not, anytime somebody, like when we have these stories about video games being delayed or sports being canceled or whatever, it's not surprising, man. The numbers are creeping back up. Like I was on Twitter, and I actually find it shocking the amount of people that think that this whole coronavirus thing is a hoax, and they refuse to wear masks. They,
if you think it's a hoax, then that means it's working, and you're fucking it up by going out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're doing something right if people think you've done nothing at all.
Going to regroup and restart. Yeah, Wyland, I think that's the best course of action. I think that's the best course of action for almost everything. Like just regroup, restart, whether you're in movies, sports, I actually think all the major sports should just fucking cancel. It's not worth it. I know it's about money and they're trying to recoup some of that money, but how much money can they really recoup? Like I'm thinking about basketball right now. They're all convening in Orlando. I know my team, the Denver Nuggets, like the big star Nico, what's his name? Nico Jokic is he's got COVID, so I don't even know if he's going to be able to compete. If he doesn't compete, then you can forget about the Nuggets having a chance at winning anything. And it's just a matter of time. If somebody gets into that bubble in Orlando, Florida, I mean, this thing is that I just saw a article where there's a mutated version of this virus that's it's no more devastating. It's the same type of devastation, but it's even more contagious, and that's scary to me. And I don't know what they mean by that. Is it starting to become like an airborne thing, or what the hell is going on? I like how most of the developers of the games pulled them from EVO Online yesterday after the Wizard debacle before it was canceled outright. Yeah, it's to be expected though, right, Wyland? I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody, you know, I mean, those type of events, man, they could do them online, which I guess is a good way of doing it, but there's, lag and all that type of stuff, but, whatever. And the commentators and players, yeah, It's a tough world we're living in right now. Online, I don't see why what the problem was with them continuing online. I mean, it's about the only thing we got left is online, And Sleepyhead. If you guys hear snoring, it's Bernie snoring in the background.
I didn't do
Yeah. So yeah, lots to talk about today. Just if you're just joining us, we're just waiting for break to join, and then we'll get the show started. This weekend's going to be a disaster in a lot of places, I feel, Eric. July 4th weekend. I went to Walmart today.
Should I get my hair cut before shit's its fan?
Man, dude, I might suggest just getting a pair of clippers and just shaving the sides, Eric. Like, it's getting kind of scary, dude. Like,
my hair is getting out of control, though. So.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think clipping the sides would help.
They pulled it from being online because of Wizard. Yeah, god damn it. That sucks, Wyland. I know you probably were looking forward to it. We went to Walmart today, and god damn, it was hard to even finding, like sausages, like bratwurst for the grill. Like, so people are going to be gathering en masse. But to a lot of people's credits, a lot of people were wearing masks. At least I just hope that they follow through when they gather up. The masks aren't to prevent you from getting it. It's for you to prevent spreading it to others. And I think that's what people don't get about the mask. It's like, I'm looking, unless you have an N95 certified mask, you're going to catch the virus if it's spread, But if you have the virus, it just prevents those droplets from getting out to other people and spreading this super highly contagious virus. So Sleepyhead is in the chat. Communities of the games are probably going to do their own thing. Yeah, why not, Wyland? Shit. Everybody's got online, so why not just host your own tourneys with your own sponsors and your own deal, What can you do? Just waiting on break, man. Oh shit, I got the coronavirus. No, just kidding. I just coughing up a little bit here. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna get rid of that. I put us on the Fortnite channel today, Eric. So hopefully that'll get us some more viewers. I had success with Apex Legends, so hopefully this, switching from game to game will get us. I wonder if Break sent me a message. Let me check here. If you're just joining us, we haven't. Yeah, break. If Bernie says if Breakman doesn't hurry, I'm gonna fall asleep. You're gonna fall asleep anyways, Dorcas. Let's see. Oh, I did get a. Oh, cool. No worries. He's running a little late, so we'll just do some pre-show banter. Pre-show banter before we hit the show. But it should be fun. Wyland says he's been playing a lot of Dead Cells. You know, I want to play Dead Cells, Wyland, but that game looks extremely difficult, man. Kind of want to get the collector's edition. It looks like a great game, man. You know, I am interested in that game for sure. I mean, I've been looking at that, you know. John Hickenlooper, we're going to beat Corey Gardner. A fucking paper bag could beat Corey Gardner, you fucking worthless fuck, John Hickenlooper. Yeah, it's a difficult game. I know, man. Like, you know what I've been playing, Wyland? I don't know if you've played this at all. It's not super difficult, but it's a lot of fun. It's called Plague's Tale Innocence. I'll be talking about that a little bit later. Ton of fun. Just a really, really fun kind of puzzle adventure type game, you know. What am I getting here? Yeah, Plague's Tale Innocence is it's good, man. You would I think you would dig it. Break. What am I getting here? President Trump will accuse far left activists of totalitarian behavior and defend America as a great and virtuous country. And Mount Rushmore remarks, "Oh God." Totalitarian, huh?
Where are you saying this stuff?
Fox News. I get for some reason I get every Fox News alert on my phone, and I don't know how to change it. So, you know, it's one of those things.
Shouldn't it be in your settings?
I looked, Eric, but it's either turn off all of my news notifications. It's not like specific. Like I can't say. Mm-hmm. You know, but in a way, I kind of like that they come across, because I like seeing what idiocy comes out of Fox News without reading the articles. You know, like I really don't care to like spend any more time reading that shit. So, sleepyhead. It's funny, I'm looking over and Bernie's like almost halfway passed out. She's like, you should probably just sleep now so you can get the second half of the show at least, you know.
Okay.
I know you're gonna snore. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if Bernie starts snoring, I'm gonna put the mic right up to her so you guys could hear her snore.
That's mean.
That's pretty mean. Okay.
It's funny though.
Yeah, if you guys haven't if you just joined us, we haven't started the show. Breakman's running a little late today, so no worries there. We'll wait on break and start the show. So it shouldn't be too much longer. Should not be too much longer. Lots to talk about on the show today. We've got a ton of news. We've got our usual Stinkos and Sweetos. We'll be talking about cops, from at least I will, in a good and bad light. Free for all is going to be super interesting today. We've got the rising cost of video games. There's I don't know if it's been confirmed 100%, but there will be an increase in
at least the 2K games.
Yeah, there will be an increase in video games, and I don't understand why the 2K games are that. We'll talk about it, Eric, because I did see that, and that's troubling because I paid for NBA 2K, I think like $3. I don't know if it was a glitch or what, but 2K20 for me was like $2 or $3. It was super cheap.
Just because they had to recall it, and the only way to get it now is digitally.
Yeah. Well,
because it's so horribly bugged.
It was, but not anymore. From what I gather, like I played it a little bit. I didn't experience what other people were experiencing, but the way that they're going to make a lot of that money back is obviously microtransactions and, you know, other shit. But you know, Wyland says I want to unlock some of the outfits in Dead Cells, like the Cloud outfit, FF7 homage. That would be cool. Wyland, if anybody could do it, probably you, man. I'm not good enough to unlock shit, man. Like I was playing Plague's Tale innocence, and you're supposed to be able to collect all these things, and I'm like, I've found very few, and I think I'm halfway through that game. So, I'm not, and it's not a matter of observation. You can ask Bernie. Like, I explore almost every nook and cranny I can think to look at, but man, these developers are so good at hiding their goodies. It's it's sickening. So, it's a random drop from a specific enemy. Oh, I see. Oh, it's one of those type of deals. I get it. Yeah. I'm still not good enough, Wyland. I suck. If you like stealth games, then Plague's Tale: Innocent is a game for you, Eric. It's good, man. It's just a lot of stealthing, and if you're not good, 0.4% chance. Jesus Christ, you're gonna be trying to get that from that enemy for a long ass time, Wyland. God damn.
I think that's like the rate that getting the Cosmos' blade thing from Xenoblade 2 is. It's like 10% or... No, it's like less than 10%.
Yeah, it's 0.4% apparently for this. God damn, you could spend weeks trying to get that and never get it, Wyland. Hope you get it, dude. I mean, that would be really, really cool. But I'm talking like... like collectibles, like within a game. Like, for instance, I don't know if you've ever played Uncharted, but they have all kinds of collectibles, and some of them are super easy to find. Like, you just explore and you find them. But some of them, I'm like, really? That was there? Because, I look at videos afterwards, and I'm like, how the fuck was anybody supposed to get that? Like super shiny things at the very top of, like, where you would never even think of looking. And, at least you know where the enemy is. Yeah, see, that's cool, Wyland. I mean, that's half the battle right there. But, damn, 0.4% chance. Hopefully you get it sooner than later, dude. That way you can just move on. That shit sucks, man. It's like trying to kill metal slimes in Dragon Quest. It's like, it's kind of difficult unless you have, like, metal slash or some of those other metal abilities. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna.
The instant kill abilities are more reliable because they result in you getting a critical hit.
Yeah, that works sometimes, but yeah, if you metal slash or the critical, anything that adds to your critical stuff. So, HEV outfit from Half-Life. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, that game looks really cool, Wyland. I like the aesthetics of that game, but damn, that game looks really fucking hard, man. It would take me forever to do anything in that game. Yeah, I'll stick with, like, easier games. Like, I'm not normally a stealth guy, but this Plague's Tale game is pretty damn good, man. I'm digging it. It's pretty good. If you're just joining, we're waiting for break. He's running a little bit behind, so we'll go ahead and wait for him. We'll try to get through the news. We got a ton of news, but we'll try to get through. Most of it's just announcements and stuff like that. So we'll try to get through the news real quick. We got tons to talk about. Officers being officers, aka pieces of shit. But there's some good news on that front, which I will get to. I don't know if you guys know what happened with Elijah McClain, but another black kid, I think he was like maybe 17, 18, was murdered by the police with a chokehold. Shocking, I know. But finally maybe some justice there, hopefully. Some injustice. More Orange Cheeto nonsense, which I mentioned earlier a little bit in this pre-show banter. Washington's NFL team might be changing its name finally, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the rising cost of video games, and whether or not the initial price tag is actually what you're paying for a video game, which we've talked a little bit about before. You might be surprised what I have to say, though, so you're going to want to stick around for that. What else we got? Lots of stuff, Eric. It's crazy, Eric. Like, I know I talked about this probably a few weeks back, but the weather here in Colorado is crazy now, man. Like we're in summer. I understand that. It's normally fairly hot in the summer here, but it's never ever humid here. And we've got so much humidity. I don't know if it was the pandemic and the weather patterns changing or anything like that, but we've had so much humidity. It's unbelievable. Normally we're at 0% humidity almost all the time. And it's like every day we're getting 20-30% humidity. Today was 30%. I was like, holy shit, 90 degrees at a high altitude with high humidity is insane. Like this, I mean, I was sweating all day. Good news is I fixed, I should put that in the Squeedo. I did fix, my garden sprinklers. So there's enough water pressure to water all my plants, which, was not happening, but it is now. So that's good. It's hot here in Denver today. Typically out east it gets pretty humid, right, Eric? You guys get a lot of humidity out in Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, here we don't. It's mostly just a dry hot, which is a lot better than having humidity. I know like Florida's crazy humid, and then I'm wondering what humidity does with this virus. If that's like a helping factor for the virus, or if it doesn't matter, or what. I'm kind of curious to find out. I haven't seen anything as far as like that type of stuff. Wyland says it's 90 out here. Oof. Where are you at, Wyland? Where exactly you at, man? Like up in... Are you in no, that's Slagar. Slagar's in Wisconsin. I think, Wyland, if... I can't remember where you're at. Let me know where... Like, what state are you in, or city, or whatever. 90 is just crazy hot. But when you add in humidity, that's oh, yeah, Indiana. I couldn't... I knew you were out east, Wyland, but I didn't want to, say and not know. Yeah. Plus, you probably have some humidity out there, right, Wyland? I mean, that's what really fucking sucks is, I can stand a dry heat, but man, this humidity out here has been fucking crazy, Plus, 90 degrees here is hotter than I'm guessing there because, the altitude, we're a little bit closer to the sun, but, it's neither here nor there. I know you sunburn a lot easier out here. Just because, the proximity to the sun. But, it could feel cooler, but the sun could... It's the reason why, like in the wintertime, when people go out in 40, 50 degree weather, they come back with sunburn, skiing. Because the snow, kind of magnifies that sun. The sun's crazy hot, for the skin, But, yeah. I don't know. Lots to talk about today. Just waiting on Breakman. If you're just joining us, we're getting a late start today. Oof, 46% humidity. Fuck that, man. You gotta be sweating, Wyland. I mean, it's 30%, which is unprecedented here in Denver. Yeah, it's that's crazy. Oh god, man. 46. I mean, you're probably sweating like crazy. I mean, maybe not as much as like someplace like Florida, but. Oof, man. 46%. I mean, I'm dying at 30%, dude, but I'm not used to humidity at all. But, like, I was talking to my dad earlier, and I was talking to him and I was saying, like, I can't remember a time in Denver where it's been this humid for this long. Like, we've been going on, like, probably, 3 or 4 months of solid humidity. And I'm guessing that the weather pattern changed a little bit when, everybody, stayed inside and, no cars were on the road for the most part. And, that little bit of climate change kind of changed the weather patterns a little bit and caused some humidity here. That's what I'm guessing. I mean, I'm not an expert, obviously, but I can never remember a time when it's been this fucking humid in Denver. I mean, it's crazy. Are you Are you near Indianapolis, Wyland? Out, I'm guessing you got to be near one of those cities, because, you know, I mean, what else is there where else is there to be in Indiana other than near Indianapolis? I can't think of another city, actual city in Indiana. I know there are some, but Indianapolis is the only one that I can think of offhand. But yeah, about an hour away. Yeah, see, everything runs from Denver pretty much here. I mean, we have Colorado Springs, but they're like our naked stepchild bitch. You know, that's that's the best way that I can describe Colorado Springs. But you know, other than Colorado Springs and Denver, I'm sure nobody could name another city in Colorado. I mean, I could just because, you know, I live here, but those are the two major cities in Colorado, Denver and Colorado Springs. You got little sub cities like Aurora and, you know, stuff like that, Pueblo, and, you know, smaller type deals. But yeah, I don't know. So what's going on with you, Eric? Like, how was your week at work, man? Just another week or what?
Yeah, just hot days.
Yeah. You got any
What?
you got any 4th of July plans, Eric?
No.
Yeah. Neither do I, man. I mean, I did my grilling today. Like I said, I went to Walmart. I picked up some it was really hard to find some like really good bratwurst, you know, to put
Everybody else was buying them, I guess.
Yeah, they were pretty much sold out of everything. So there were hot dogs, but, you know. Oh, you work tomorrow, Wyland? That fucking sucks, man. Hopefully you'll get time and a half at least, man. Working on holidays really fucking blows. Man, I used to hate working. The only one that I was really willing, like wanting to work, was Christmas, because Christmas, I could give a fuck about Christmas, but everything shut down on Christmas, so, you know, who cares? I don't know, what else have you seen in the news lately? Any politics that you've been seeing lately, Eric? Because I haven't been keeping up, really, you know.
Not really.
Yeah. Best part said it's a early shift, super early shift. Yeah, I guess that's saving grace, Wyland. I mean, tomorrow's gonna be crazy. I mean, I mean, they can't keep up with the people that are buying fireworks, and that's fucking insane to me. Middle of a pandemic, nobody's got money, yet people have money to buy fireworks. Really? I mean, I know it's like tradition and all, but can we skip that fucking tradition for a year? You know, I mean, honestly.
Not to mention, I want to talk about how bullshit fireworks are for free for all. Forget to add that.
Yeah, add that too, Eric, because we'll talk about that. I agree with you, 100%. 100% agree with you. I can't stand them. And I'll tell you, I'll give you examples why later, but yeah. We haven't started the show. We're just waiting on Break. I don't know if he went back.
Is he coming?
Yeah, he sent me a. He said he'll be here, but.
Kevin Bacon's keeping him busy.
Yeah, I think he really pissed off Kevin Bacon today, and, you know, had some bullshit going on. But
he didn't do his weekly watching of Footloose.
Yeah, Footloose and what's that other one, man?
The Hollow Man.
Yeah, Hollow Man, and he's got to start watching more Kevin Bacon, man. Either that or more tithing to Kevin Bacon. And then that might get him in the clear. I don't know what it's going to take. He might have to do some sacrifices, Eric. So I don't know. I don't know if he's willing to sacrifice Mrs. Breakman to the bacon god, but you know what I'm saying. If you're just joining us, the show's RP Grinders. We haven't started yet. We got a full slate for you all today. We'll try to get to the news really super quick because Break is running a little bit late today. But we do have some homie discounts. You know, the new PS Plus came out. Games were announced.
No, they're next week.
Yeah, they were announced. So we'll we'll tell you guys what those are. They'll be on the PlayStation Store starting next Tuesday. I'm guessing that's usually when they put those games out. Geez, it looks like a lot of news, but we just got some dates and some stuff, so we'll try to get through the news real quick for you. We got some stuff that we've been playing, so that's cool. I played a new game just because I wanted to change a pace, Eric. Like when I'm playing Dragon Quest, it's the same repetitive motions like with battles. So I'm trying, to do something different to get my wrist back in order. I've been battling this wrist injury, and it's today I can see it right now. It's like not even the wrist, it's like below the wrist. Like if you're looking at your forearm, it's really swollen, and I really don't know what the hell's going on there. I really don't. It's kind of weird, but I'm trying to.
I sometimes think you just get older and then things just hurt for no reason sometimes.
Well, that could be, Eric, but I can physically see the swelling. Like I'm looking at it. It's like the upper forearm portion. I don't know if it's a ligament or a tendon or something in there that's kind of swollen. And it didn't help today. I was working on
my left pinky still really hurts.
Yeah. It didn't help today. I was working on getting the sprinklers to my garden working, and that obviously had to do. This is going to sound bad, but a lot of wrist action. So that's, that might be part of it. But goddamn, it's really, really swollen. And I can really feel it when I play video games. I just can't stop playing video games, though, man. I tried that for a couple weeks.
My shoulder ached really bad yesterday.
Yeah. Well, it's like, Eric, like I get, I kind of jones for video games. Like, you guys know I, stopped playing for, a couple weeks just to see if that would help, and I don't think it was that, man. I think it's just my wrist is, I don't know if it's a tendon or something in there. It's just kind of fucked up, and I aggravate it every time I do anything with it. So if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna fucking play video games, So whatever. We got lots to talk about today. Eric's been playing quite a few games as normal. I'm gonna have a review for Big Mouth Season 3. And a really fun movie called Guns Akimbo. And that's as close to an anime as I've ever seen a live-action movie get. I couldn't believe how aesthetically cool Guns Akimbo is. It's just one of those stylistic action, batshit crazy movies that, story aside, it didn't have much of a story, but it's kind of got a video gamey anime feel to it. So be excited to tell you guys about that one. It's not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's good, and I'll be talking about it. Big Mouth Season 3, which is most excellent and really funny. What's that?
It's like I've heard things about the show that make me question that.
Yeah, Eric, it's not for everybody. It's super funny though, and it looks at puberty and other type things.
I don't know. It's just maybe it's a generation thing between me and you can't see the things that we can.
No, I can see. Eric, I'm keen to new things and other things like that. So Ju-On Origins dropped on Netflix yesterday. Oh, that's cool. So that's cool. Wyland, thanks for telling me that.
It's kind of like how I feel about Rick and Morty, I guess.
I never seen Rick and Morty. I heard it's good, but
I don't see the appeal of it, considering the toxic fan base, which should never keep you from watching anything. But at the same time, the show basically fed into that fan base for so long.
I don't give a fuck about fan bases to anything, Eric. If I like something, it's because I like it.
But I think they only recently kind of addressed the toxicity of the fan base.
Yeah, I don't.
And changed the show for the better, apparently. But
what about the toxicity of the city? Did they address that?
Yeah, that's
what city? Is that a
else?
show?
No, it's a reference to, I'm guessing, the System of a Down song, right?
Yes,
Break?
you were
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. Breakman's on, so cool. We got Breakman.
Yay me! Woo!
Yep, we didn't start without you, by the way.
Do
So
you pay your Kevin Bacon tax?
yeah,
What's that?
Do you
Oh, Kevin Bacon? No.
tax?
Oh, jeez. No, I was grocery shopping today, and it literally took all fucking day because it was a mess out there.
oh, dude, fucking 4th of July, you know.
I know.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about that pre-show banter, man. Like I barely found fucking bratwurst to put on the grill today, man. I was lucky. Lucky I found them. Okay, we're gonna try to get through all the news really quick, Breakman, because we got lots to get to. So, you guys ready to rock
And Wall.
and roll? Cool. You ready, Eric?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you say, Break? Break. I think you got like some ticking shit. I don't know what the hell that is, man. Every time you come on, it's like you hear this like little ticking. I don't know what it is.
I just feel like the stuff you could probably get out of Big Mouth, you could probably get out of other shows.
No, Big Mouth's good, dude. I'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Okay, here we go, guys. And welcome everybody to episode 598 of RP Grinders, on our way to 600. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great and Breakman the Bold. Breakman, how you doing, man?
Well, how do I sound? You guys were saying I sounded like scratchy or something.
No,
how do I sound
You
now?
sound fine.
You sound good, dude, but every
Okay,
once...
it was probably the fan then. I turned the fan off.
Okay, it just, it sort of
I
sounds
have,
like...
I have my AC on in the
Well,
background.
I'm gonna turn my fan back on and.
Yeah, it sort of
How
sounds...
about, how about now?
No, the fan's fine. It's just like there's like, you know, like a scratching on the microphone or something, like or a tapping on the microphone. I don't know what the fuck it is, dude, but
Okay, let me try. Let me see this. I'm gonna type.
it just did it, but it wasn't your typing.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
So-
Are you like I didn't do? Oh my god, I do not know what to say. Maybe I need a new headset.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. Wyland says, you said the intro song is Mummy Dust. It is, Wyland. It's an 8-bit version. I tried using a different 8-bit version, but those motherfuckers wanted me to pay money for that, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck off. You guys are trying to make money off of a song you guys didn't even create? I don't think so. Did you pick it because it translates to old fart? How dare you, Wyland? You're exiled. See, Wyland...
It reminds him of his old friends from back in the Egyptian days.
Oh, God. You're exiled too, you son of a bitch, man. You know, you guys are in rare form today, man. Wyland was being so nice. We were talking about Evo and Wizard and, you know, the bullshit that's going on with Evo and all that. We're having a good old and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, got to start in with the old jokes, like right away. I see how you are, Wyland. I see how you are, man. You're like the Benedict Arnold of RP Grinders, I guess. So I guess, man, whatever floats.
Frank remembers having arguments with Socrates in Rome.
I was saying that for 2 weeks, Wyland says. What's that, Socrates? How dare you, Eric? You're exiled too. Jesus Christ, it's an exile party today.
He's still mad about that one pharaoh owing him like 2 gold bars. Still upset to this day.
How dare you? How dare you? You know
Why
what?
can't you let it go, Frank? Like
Yeah.
he's been dead for a long time now.
You guys are sons of bitches, and I'm walking off. That's all I'm saying, man. Walking off this goddamn show. All right, let's get started with the news. We got tons of news. We're going to go through the headlines pretty much and blow through this news, hopefully.
RPG News.
All right, Eric, you're up.
All right, from RPG site, we've got an update of sorts to the port the Wii U port of Dex that was supposed to happen that never did, but now it's coming to the Switch, and it's gonna come out on July 24th.
Oh, great. Good.
This was a side-scrolling cyberpunk RPG.
Okay. I'm looking at the video now. I'm working on Wyland, I know that the video is not working so great right now. I'll work on it as we go along here. I don't know what the hell's going on with the video, but I'll correct that as soon as I can. So, all right. So it looks good. It's a side-scrolling deal, like you said, cyberpunk type deal, Eric, and it looks good. All right. Next story, Breakman.
I'm still trying to post the last story. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's moving slowly right now.
I don't know, man. We're having all kinds of technical glitches.
The internet hates me. It hates me so much it took this site a little bit to load. Coming to us live from RPG site, Action RPG Hellpoint set to launch on July 30th. It'll be launching for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Steam, GOG, and the Epic Game Store. So, damn, it'll be on everything.
Yeah, pretty much. What's it called again?
Hellpoint.
Oh, I
Because
like.
you pointed hell or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the game's about.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer now. It looks like a really slick action RPG. You know what? This is kind of weird. It kind of gives me like Devil May Cry vibes in a way. I don't know. Did you get that at all, Eric? Like, I know it's not a
I didn't
pure.
look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. And to me, it just sort of looks like that. You know, it just sort of looks like in that vein type deal. Okay, let's move.
I don't see this scene where he's like pointing at Satan or where is that? It's got to be in here somewhere.
Probably, man. Help.
Hey Satan, I'm coming for you, bitch.
Well,
You know,
not necessarily hate,
Moon Satan, yeah.
or at least pointing to the ground, you know, because hell supposedly is below you. You know, I mean that's a given because heaven, obviously, you point up and that's heaven, right?
Well, that's not always true because look, there's a portal to hell on Mars. So if you're pointing up, you could be pointing at Mars.
Yeah,
so.
maybe. Maybe this next game will be located on Mars. Breakman. This comes to us from RPGsite.net. Dungeon of Nailbook, the Amulet of Chaos, to release on August 27th for PC. If you could mash up Warcraft with Dark Souls, with Final Fantasy Tactics, with Fable, and that's what this game kind of reminds me of. So yeah, there you go. And there's 16 minutes of footage here. Apparently, this is just a teaser, but yeah. Oh, and Diablo. If you can mix Diablo into that, then you'd have this game. But it looks kind of dark. Like when you get into the dungeons. I mean, I know dungeons are supposed to be dark and stuff, but goddamn, when you can't even see, you know, what you're attacking and shit, it's like last week we had a game. I can't remember what it was, but it was so dark. I'm like, if you're not able to see, you know, the gorgeousness of your game, like, what's the point? You know, I mean, I don't know. Looks decent though. It looks like I said, like a tactical Diablo Fable type mix, and my dog is crying, which is awesome. Okay, let's move on, Eric.
All right, Line Games has announced The War of Genesis: Remnants of Grey, a strategy RPG set to release for Nintendo Switch in 2022, which is our Korean PC strategy RPG series. But Remnants of Grey is supposed to be a remake of the first two games using Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah.
No word on Western release, but maybe.
Graphically looking good, but 2022. I mean, we'll probably see this game in what, 2024. And again, I mean, I give it credit. The last game I said it was like a Fable, you know, like Warcraft Diablo mix. This is almost the same thing, except it's a lot, you know, clearer. You're able to actually see what's going on. So I'll give it
That's
that.
helpful.
Yeah, it is helpful.
It's a small thing, but it's helpful.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
like you said in the last game, like some things are too fucking hard to see, and I'm sick of that shit.
yeah, that was the last game, man. I was looking at if you can't even show in your preview, like if you're in a dungeon and you can't see shit, I mean, maybe these little YouTube windows aren't doing it justice, Breakman, but I agree, dude. I'm sick of that shit too, man. I want I want to see, the hard work that these developers, put into these games. You know, I mean, seriously.
And it's not just games too, like TV shows and movies and stuff. Like not this last season of The Walking Dead, but the season before, there were like a couple episodes in a row that happened at night, and I had to like up the brightness on my TV as much as I could just to see what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, I got a solution for that.
Stupid.
Just turn off The Walking Dead.
I know what your solution is, Frank.
Just stop watching The Walking Dead and watch something worthwhile, man. That's the solution, man. Right there,
But I just used it as an example because the last episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a segment where they're walking down this dark hallway and they're wearing black, and I'm just like, okay, all I can see are your heads. What the fuck? Like, this is dumb.
It doesn't make for good TV or good games or anything, man. Like I understand, like it's kind of realistic. If you're in a dungeon, it's gonna be dark and dank, and you can't see past your torch or something. But give us the torches, like show us like what's going on. I mean, I don't know.
But this is also a game, and it's supposed to be enjoyable to play because games don't have characters like stopping to go to the bathroom or shit like that either. If they want to be realistic, then the guy had stuff like that, don't they?
Right, paying for everything and shit like that. You can't get coins from killing monsters,
but you can get dysentery or something else from them.
Yeah, bring back Oregon Trail, man, but lighten it up a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's see, Breakman, is it you next or me?
Coming to us live from RPG site, RPG Maker MV to release for PlayStation 4. MV, like 1,000? 1,005?
Yeah,
it's released for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch in September. M is 1,000, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
NIS America has announced that RPG Maker M5, or MV, I'm sorry. I'm going to call it 2005. No, 1005.
Yeah.
Will release for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch on September 8th in North America and September 11th in Europe. And September 18th in Oceania.
Yeah.
That's one we never really get.
Yeah. When is RPG Maker gonna get past the 8-bit stage? Is what I'm wondering.
What's the MV stand for? Is what I'm wondering right now. And it's still an 8-bit game. Are you saying?
Oh yeah. And the newest one's MZ, so this is the old version.
Yeah, it's. I mean, honestly, can we get to at least the 16 to 32-bit range, like with these RPG makers? Like, you would think that they would have like an RPG Maker for fucking Unreal Engine. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get to that point, before we start making these.
They probably do if you have thousands of dollars.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
to buy
true.
a developer kit. But,
of course.
For us, like we would like something fun, but something at least closer to this generation, not closer to the generation of 40 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want my generation of shit anymore. We want newer shit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, even our generation doesn't want our generation. We want to move on.
Exactly, Breakman. Exactly. All right, let's move on to the next story. This comes to us from RPG site. Action RPG Anima, Song from the Abyss, announced for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. So there's no date on it. If you want to learn more about it, then you're more than welcome to research it. There's not much to know about it other than it looks good. I mean, it looks very pretty. It's sort of like a cel-shaded RPG, I guess. I don't know. It's like an action RPG, but there's not. I didn't see any gameplay in the trailer, but
I always see screenshots. That's not helpful.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to look at the back of a box and see if a game is fun. It's hard to look at a screenshot and see if a game is fun.
Yeah, exactly. We need more information on this game. Let me give you the key features. See if this sways us.
A game could look pretty, and this kind of, like you said, it looks pretty, but doesn't mean it plays good.
Oh God, Wyland.
Doesn't mean it's not broken.
Wyland in chat, he says, I wouldn't want Frank's generation either. Hard to play with stone walls. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. The key features: gripping story. We've heard that before. Deep and intuitive battle system. That's kind of cool. Merges fast-paced real-time action with RPG elements. Swap between two different and unique characters in a dynamic single-player gameplay. I do like that. How dare you, Breakman? You're exiled. Explore a rich and don't encourage him, Breakman. Jesus Christ, man. Explore a rich, interconnected open world. Move back and forth between different environments and discover new areas and secrets. Face epic bosses from huge worms, which are dragons to the layman, to legendary monsters, each one with their own unique style and gameplay. Interesting characters to interact with. Develop your bond with them through your words, decisions, and actions. Level up. Unlock and customize unique skills with each character. Forge their weapons and create uncountable combinations. Multiple endings depending on your actions. And there are some screenshots of
uncountable combinations.
Huh?
Did you say uncountable combinations?
I said uncountable. Yeah, so just unlimited amount of combinations. You guys hear?
That's interesting.
You guys
I haven't played either of the
I
other
thought
two.
you just read it wrong, but okay, that's
Yeah.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't played either of the other two anime games, but apparently they were just mediocre.
Yeah, and this is probably going to be mediocre too, but it looks pretty. I mean, it's kind of cel shaded.
Pretty mediocre.
Yeah, it looks pretty mediocre. All right, Eric, you're up next.
All right, Bless Unleashed is coming to PC in 2021. Round 8 Studio and NeoWiz have announced that their MMORPG Blessed Unleashed is coming to launch on PC early 2021, and there'll be a series of closed beta tests. It was previously released on the Xbox One earlier this year, but it's another MMO.
Yeah, I'm looking at it to see if it's worth it. I played a little bit of that MMO, the Dungeons and Dragons one. I can't remember what they called it, but it's pretty decent actually. I haven't gotten too into it. I'm sure it's like, pay to win type shit, but this has no gameplay. I don't see anything.
Yeah, it's a CG trailer.
I don't see anything worth discussing.
This is the same trailer that they showed when they announced the Xbox One version.
Yeah. I don't see anything worth talking about, so let's move on, Breakman.
Oh, coming to us live from a site that's still loading. Damn you, RPG site. Haven coming to PlayStation 5. A new Glide Free trailer. Glide Free, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The Game Bakers has announced the Haven release for PlayStation 5. Is that the name of the developer? Game Bakers? I love that name.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a fucking fantastic name.
I get Mario Bread.
Red. I love the net Game Bakers. In addition, creative director Emmerich Foe took to PlayStation Blog to discuss various components of the game, such as the game's focus on being relaxing. Haven is an RPG, but is not trying to get bogged down into all the systems and mechanics that find a home in a lot of RPGs. I like this idea of a relaxing game.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, do you want me to read it? No, just kind of his description of the game. We don't need to see that. This will be released for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC sometime this year. Well, that's vague.
It looks like a combination of a really light RPG where you're going around actually gliding. I mean, that's really fucking cool, like magically gliding. Like
this game sort of has a Journey-like feel to it.
It does. I was gonna say, Eric, if you could mix
Journey.
Oh, Journey's good, man. If you could mix Journey with Flower, Eric, have you ever played Flower?
Yeah, I never finished it.
Yeah, it's good, man. I finished it. Fuck that electric level, man. That electric level sucks. But it is. It looks like a relaxing experience, which is cool. I mean, there are some light RPG elements in it, but this is a good change of pace, man. It's like a little adventure RPG where you're not, stressed out about beating like major bosses and shit like that. But looks good, man. Looks really, really good. Okay, next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. Focus Home Interactive, which I'll be talking about a little bit later with a game that I've been playing, acquires the Surge developer Deck 13. So, wow, they're known for the Surge and Lords of the Fallen. I got Lords of the Fallen. That's a tough ass game, man. So is Surge. I never played the Surge, but I heard Surge is really, really hard. So yeah, Focus Home Interactive. The deal totals at 7.1 million euros, about 7.9 million USD, It includes Deck 13's 60-person development staff. That's cool. Don't stop believing. Yeah, exactly. Brickman. Let's see. So yeah, it's basically they just purchased them for $7 million, almost $8 million. So that's, I mean, I guess that's good because Focus Home Interactive's been doing pretty damn good. The game I've been playing, which is Plague's Tale: Innocence, I'll be talking about a little bit later. Okay, Eric, you're up next.
All right. From Gamatsu, we've got how Beyond the Steel Sky has got a date for July 16th, and this is the sequel to Beneath the Steel Sky.
What is it? What type of game is
It's an adventure game.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Is it above the Steel Sky now?
Beyond. It was below.
Maybe it's going to
Skip
space.
right above.
Yeah.
They're like above. Screw that. We're going beyond.
No, it's like we can
Don't
actually see the sky this time because before it was like a building, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. What in the world is going on with my fucking video, man? I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't have video going apparently, but now I do. So, okay. Anything else on this, Eric?
Not really, unless you want to hear the plot.
No, I think we're good, man. We gotta
Key features.
do the key features. We'll do key features.
The world, adventure set within a dynamic world populated by willful characters driven by motivations the player can subvert. Combination with a unique hacking tool, multiple solution puzzles emerging from player choices. Story: unravel dark conspiracies to be a terrifying antagonist in this dramatic, humorous, and cyberpunk thriller, which explores contemporary themes such as social control, AI, and total surveillance. Puzzles. The intelligent puzzles are interwoven with an intriguing, dynamic narrative to deliver a compelling gameplay experience. And the look. This is a beautiful, detailed, comic book-styled world from the mind of legendary artist Dave Gibbons.
Yeah, I don't see any screenshots. When I was looking at the photo, it looked like a medieval type deal, but apparently it's a cyberpunk deal. So it didn't do it justice. So there you go. All right, who's next? Break, you're up next.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu, Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon 2 launches July 10th. Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon 2 will launch for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC for $14.99 or 1,480 yen. Developer Intel Creates has announced, in less than 2 weeks, this game will be out. In addition to the previous detailed new characters, Zangetsu, Dominique, Robert, and Hachi Miriam.
I think the original Curse of the Moon was like $10, so this is like, they must have wanted a little bit more because they did a little extra in this game.
15 is not a bad price at all. The first game was fantastic. Alfred and Gebel from the original Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon will also be playable. The game also features a 2-player local cooperative mode allowing players to conquer stages alongside a friend, which sounds really cool, but why isn't it online?
I can imagine dickery happening.
Dickery?
Dickery, yeah.
I love fucking with friends when you're playing. Like that was the best part of New
And the
Super
weird
Mario
thing
Brothers.
is, like, each character can be the same character, so you could have 2 Sangetsus or whatever running around.
Oh, new Super Mario Brothers is fun in that way. Break, like, just fucking with people. It's fun.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to beat levels when there's 4 people because you can't stop fucking with each other.
Yeah, nobody cooperates with anybody. Everybody's just trying to kick everybody off of the.
Oh yeah, I'll jump right now. 1, 2, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to jump. I'm sorry. Oh, you died. My bad.
Oh man.
In case anybody wants to know, Hachi is actually a corgi controlling a mech, Captain Commando style.
Sweet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The way it was written, I didn't understand. Okay, it was written in a weird way. So let me restate that then.
Yeah.
In addition, the new characters are Zangetsu, Dominique, Robert, and Hachi. The old characters are Miriam, Alfred, and Gebel.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
It was just written poorly, but there you go.
Yeah. I didn't play the first one, but I heard it was
Oh, it's a
pretty
great
good.
game. It's
Yeah.
a great
From-
Castlevania game.
Yeah.
From the what I see in the trailer, Robert shoots guns and throws grenades, and Dominique has magic attacks, but also is very much still Eric Lacard character of the game.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I just
Yeah,
need.
this is a throwback to the original Castlevanias too, not like a Metroidvania.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
So if you didn't play the first one, you're robbing yourself, Frank. Shame on you.
Yeah, I didn't play it, man. I'll play it, man. I'll wait for it to come.
Shame on you.
Yeah. I'll play it.
And it comes out next Friday, so.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we got a new game coming out. Well, when is it? Next week. What?
They must have been working on it and then like, oh, we're ready.
Yeah, the only thing that it's missing is something, something like, if I can play the motherfucker, this. You hear that?
Yeah. I don't remember the music being very memorable in the first one.
Oh,
No.
God. That shit's good, man.
Well, like the
No, I'm
first,
not talking about Castlevania. I'm talking about the first.
Oh,
the
yeah.
the first. There are a few good tracks, like the final level and the fifth level, and
Yeah,
I
but
think
most of them were.
the sixth level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there were some alright tracks, but there wasn't anything that was like at Castlevania level. Like, oh man, this is fantastic.
Yeah, nothing like this at all. You know?
The soundtrack to Ritual of the Night's much better.
Yeah, I know. I'm only so quick, Eric. You know, it takes me a while to get these things. I don't have like a soundboard, so, and I do have a soundboard, but like to get all these things queued up and put in the fucking soundboard's a pain in the ass. So, all right, let's move on to the next story. Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 announced for Switch. This comes to us from Gamatsu. So no date, so it's kind of a non-story, but there you go. They've begun development on it. So I'm not going to read the
Well,
statement.
shocking.
Yeah, I know.
The first two did pretty well. We knew there was going to be a third one. The whole story is they're announcing there's going to be a third one. Like, Jesus.
Dude, we get so many
Well,
stories.
what's important is that it's a Switch exclusive.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Is it a timed exclusive or?
It might be because like the other ones were.
Yeah. Okay, Eric, you're up.
Something they give up at this point and just make it for everything.
Yeah.
But whatever.
You're up next, Eric.
But with that, we've got Soul Divide is coming to Steam, which, if you don't remember, was an old Psycho shmup where you play as medieval fantasy-looking characters and you shoot enemies in the air.
Yeah. Looks cool. Wyland is double exiled. He says, soundboards, what were they made out of in ancient Egypt, you son of a bitch?
Anyways, that comes out on
Well, you
July.
guys you had like abacuses back then, right? Or was that ancient Greece I'm thinking of?
Abacus, you're thinking, you son of a bitch, man. Abacus.
You're right.
Come out.
Sorry.
The game will come out on July 20th.
You know, you play the
Did you guys have sundials?
Oh,
in
you
Egypt?
son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I was going to say, maybe since you're into the cowbell and harmonica thing, I could just bring a fucking
You mean
harp.
these? And this one?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I could just bring out a harp and start playing a harp for you guys. I mean, I got a guitar. I can play a guitar for you guys, you know.
That'd be great. You bring the guitar, I got the harmonica. We could be like we could be an awesome. We'll be ZZ Top. We'll be just ZZ because we don't have that guy.
ZZ Top, man. Come on, man. What's wrong
We're not
with you?
ZZ Top. We're just ZZ because there's only two of us, Frank. Unless Eric's getting in on this.
Yeah, Eric's got to be the drummer, man. You got to learn how to play the drums. just play the drums, dude. That's all you got to do. Okay. Oh, you son of a bitch. You have to make a worse situation even worse. Yeah. All right, we do have. You son of a bitch. You're exiled. God damn it. I mean, are you competing with Wyland to see who can get exiled the most in today? I mean, is that what it is?
Hey,
You guys
what
are.
about Eric? He was making quips too, man.
Yeah,
It
you
wasn't
guys-
just me.
You guys are trying to make me walk off. I think that's what it is, man. I'm walking off this fucking shit.
Actually, we had a bet before the show to see who could get exiled the most.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, let's move on to homie discount.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
Okay, homie discounts. They still have that $30 PlayStation Plus deal.
It's 32 now.
Well, it's always in that range, so we'll just call it 30 until further notice. PlayStation Plus free games for July on the PlayStation. I still didn't get the announcement on the Xbox One, so I don't know what those are. But next week I'll give you those.
But NBA 2K, the game that we talked about, that was glitchy as shit.
Yeah,
Who wants that?
I bought it for $2. I think I paid like $2 or $3, but
But I already have Rise of the Tomb Raider. I wish Shadow was on there instead.
well, I mean, I don't have Rise of the Tomb Raider for the PlayStation. I think I have it for the Xbox, so that's kind of a neat thing for me. But also, there's a bonus game called Erica, which I'm kind of interested in. So you get 3 this month, which is cool. So that's cool. Erica's like kind of an interactive movie more than anything. So it's cool that we're getting 3 games. I mean, NBA 2K aside, I mean it's still a cool little game. I mean, I played a little bit of it. It's not terrible. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th 20-year anniversary or collection or whatever. Pretty good game. So it's solid. I think it's a solid month. So there you go. Okay, let's move on. Breakman, anything?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Dear Breakman, what do we got?
Dear Breakman, this one comes from at @break_man on Twitter.
Okay.
You gave yourself one.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. He says, Dear Breakman, why doesn't #FuckTrump trend daily? That's such a great question.
That is a great question from a great listener. Thank you, Break_man.
He's a new listener, I think.
Yeah.
I appreciate him.
Yeah. That's a good question. It should be. I mean, fuck Trump should be trending all day, every day until, he's out of office, which may or may not happen this time around. But,
I mean, even if it does happen this time around, like the American people say yes and the Electoral College says yes, he's got to go. There are still things he can do to fucking cheat the system. We know he's going to suppress votes, especially in states like Georgia and Indiana where the Republicans are in full control and they've all bought into him.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna, if the results are close, he's gonna fight tooth and nail. He's gonna say the election was rigged and everything else.
Yeah, I heard bullshit. I heard some bullshit. People saying that he's gonna drop out. No chance in fucking
No way.
hell that egomaniac drops out. Looks like Commander
That's
Rude's.
the dumbest thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Him quit. No fucking way.
There've been a lot of
He's joked
people
about being a president for life.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to quit. He wants to be a king.
Well, their thinking is that that he knows he's going to lose by a landslide, so he doesn't want to go through that. Which I don't
But the
get.
thing is, as soon as he's out of office, all the lawsuits against him and stuff like that, he's going to be in a shitstorm of dealing with legality and stuff that he doesn't want to deal with.
Breakman, he's never going to see the inside of a jail cell, man. I mean, I hate to say it, but look, it's
but he still doesn't want to put up with all that nonsense.
Yeah,
he's still going to try not to, he's going to do everything he can to just cheat the system, screw us, and put money in his pocket.
Yeah, let me mention some people in chat. Commander Roots in chat. Bernie's in chat for the first time in a long time, even though she's sleeping. Wyland, of course, is in there. Lurks is in there. Thanks, Lurks. Appreciate you being on in there. And Thicker. That's a new chatter. Nice to see you in there. THICCUR. I love that. That's kind of cool. Okay. So, yeah. Honestly... I agree with you, Breakman, but the thinking is that he knows, the poll numbers are...
Yeah.
But see, the same thing happened last time around. The poll numbers showed Hillary way on top. Everybody was getting overconfident and, this is in the bag and blah, blah, blah.
How many times did I say on this show there's no way in hell he could win?
You did, and I said, not so fast, Breakman.
Shut up. Nobody asked you.
And I'm saying the same thing.
I honestly thought there was no chance in hell he would ever become president.
Look, and I knew it, Breakman, because I was like, look at who he's going up against. One of the weakest candidates, worst candidate. And look at what's going on now. Biden doesn't even have the woman factor going for him. You know what I'm saying? That was something to kind of get excited for, that, the first female president. But I mean, honestly, is anybody? I haven't seen one Biden sticker ever out. You know, here.
What's he gonna do? Like vice president? Like who's it? Who should he get that would get everybody's attention?
Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders would get everybody's attention.
Well, he's already said it's going to be a woman because it has to be about a gender or something.
Right.
Not...
If you're going to go with a woman, how about a black woman like Nina Turner? That would get me excited. That would make me feel like at least he's conceding something to the Bernie people. But other than that, I mean, Kamala Harris, are you fucking kidding me? That cop? I mean, we're trying to get rid of. We're trying to get.
But again, he is the person who made the crime law, so.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of all this bullshit.
Yeah.
We're trying to defund police. We're not trying to fucking give them more leeway.
Militarize them.
Yeah, and by the way, if he picks Kamala Harris, fucking forget it, man. She was the one that let Steven Mnuchin off the hook for his fucking crimes. Freak Five's in chat. What's up, Freak Five? Welcome on in, man.
Welcome you, freak, with a.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You just had to. You know what? You're exiled. You're tied with Wyland for exiles this week, Breakman. How does that make you feel? You're a co-host and you're tied in exiles. Oh, you son of a bitch, man.
That's
you
how
son
I
of a
felt.
bitch.
You want to know how I felt?
It
was a sad. How about a sad cowbell?
Well, that's better, man. That's at least halfway better. Okay, let's move on to
Inquiring minds want to know.
Freak Five. It's not awesome. You're exiled just for saying that's awesome.
We never really answered the question though that our caller asked us. Like, why does that not trend every day? You know what? I don't really know why it doesn't trend every day. I think it's because Twitter is trying to censor you, Breakman. They're out to get you. It's a conspiracy, and you should look into that.
Yeah, either that or there's everybody's a maggot. That's I think that's why.
Like and then of course there are the people who they don't like the foul language. Like, oh my goodness.
Like, how dare you say something? I mean, the president can call people Pocahontas and racial slurs all the time, but
and post videos of his followers saying white power and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
But heaven forbid you say fuck Trump. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we're sorry, Breakman. We agree with you 100%. It should trend daily.
No, it's Break_man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's a new listener. Break_man. We appreciate it.
There you go. Okay. So what you been playing, Break?
Mostly this week I was playing Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah, it's a good game, man.
Yeah,
I had a hard time with that Han Solo mission, man. That was pretty tough for me. Like where you got to fend off all those stormtroopers at the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you got to that part.
Yeah, you told me about that. I didn't really have that much of a problem with that. The problem I had was Lando's level.
Oh, Lando's level
toward the end.
Yeah, that was
Lando
easy.
And that what was that guy's name he was with?
Oh, I don't know, but you get into that big mech thing and you're trying to. Yeah, that was pretty tough too, but I did that. And you know why?
I love this friend though, man. His friend was like, "God, I hate you so much," stuff like that. Like, really sarcastic. That I just like that guy.
No, it was fun.
I can't remember his name though.
Yeah, and you're a son of a bitch for just beating that solo level really easy. I just want to let you know that.
I never said it was easy. I probably died a few times or something. I don't know. I just keep playing. Just if I die, I get another life. I just keep going. Yeah,
I did like 30 times. It only took me like 30 times to beat that.
That sounds like what I did with Lando's level. Once like 5 or more, then I start getting frustrated.
Yeah, I know, man. Sometimes you're like, fuck, and then you have to like go away. And then the stupid thing is usually when you come back, you're like, oh, this was easy. I just did it in one fucking try. Some stupid shit like that. Okay, and what else you been playing, Break? Anything else?
A little bit more Final Fantasy. Just playing through the end level dungeons, which are all exactly the same, just with harder monsters in them. It's basically go room to room, fight monsters. Go to the next room, fight monsters.
Yeah. As long as you're leveled enough, I mean.
Yeah, I'm just working to get to level 99. I'm almost there, but and trying to get better gear.
Yeah.
After that, I don't know. There's really not that much for me to do except for go after like harder monsters. Yeah. There's nothing really incentivizing me to do it.
Are you going for the like the ultimate, like the not platinum. I don't know what they call it on Xbox. Like all the achievements.
Gamer score.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gamer score. It'd just be all the achievements. No, I'm not really going for all the achievements. Just I go for some of them.
Yeah.
But like there are games that I've tried to get all of them, and then I just get frustrated with it. So I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I did that on a couple of I only have 2 platinums, but you know they were really easy games. Like one of them I think was like Fragments of Midnight or something. It was like super easy. Freak Five says I've been calling my sister Buttercup. Yeah, I think you mentioned that before, Freak Five. My sister told me that my mom is tired of people calling people names. My mom voted for Trump. I told my sister I learned it from watching Trump. Ooh, that's
Nice.
a good one. That's nice, Freak Five.
Well done.
Wyland says, like I said, pre-show, Dead Cells fighting what looks like Samurai Crab. Ooh, that's cool. Are you still? Is that the enemy that you get that special suit, Wyland, that you've been trying to? The 0.4% chance that you drop rate. All right, Eric, what you been playing?
Samurai Crab, huh?
Yeah, Eric, what you been playing?
It's more 7 Scarlet. I got review code for SpongeBob: The Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, so I played that for a bit.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's still an old game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they clearly made the game modeled after like Mario 64 or something like. But it's not nearly as exciting. But it's SpongeBob-y from 20 years ago, so the old humor is still there at least. But Mr. Krabs the Kurgan is not voicing Mr. Krabs.
Oh, really? That's
So they got someone else because I guess he's too expensive.
God damn, that really.
It's like
sucks.
I think it was like that in the original too, so it's like they didn't bother getting him again.
That really sucks, man. I'm sure he probably would have did it at a decent rate. I mean, it's not like that guy.
He might have been busy. I mean, he's in high demand.
That's true too. That you can't always blame it on money. Like sometimes, like we always say that we always assume it's a money issue, but a lot of times these actors get into contracts for other things, and they can't take the time to do that type of stuff. So yeah, you're right, Breakman. I shouldn't always. But I always do. I always go there. Oh, it's money.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And another thing they didn't fix was from the original. I never played the original, but they probably didn't fix it from the original. But when you die, you respawn, and the game has to reload the level. It's weird.
Oh, Jesus. That would piss me the fuck off. It has to do it every time you die, the whole level has to be reloaded.
Yeah, it doesn't take long because it's much faster load time speed than it was on the PS2.
Yeah, but still, like, think about that on the PS2. That would have been a nightmare. You're sitting there 5 minutes later.
I said
fuck,
20,
but
I said 20, but it's like closer to 17 because it 2003 maybe when the PS2 came out.
Yeah.
Or the PS2 game, not the console. Console 2002. So it's a nearly 20 game. But other than that, I played Crosscode for the Switch, which has, I don't know if the entire game's made in HTML5, but it uses it, and that's a very bad thing to include in your game because apparently even the PC version suffers from performance issues, which might be due to memory leaks in the game's code.
Ooh.
Frank, what are you doing?
I was just playing the SpongeBob theme song.
Otherwise, the game is actually a fairly enjoyable action RPG reminiscent of games like Legend of Zelda and Alundra.
Okay. All right.
Because like you have to, there's the whole thing with the game where there's the platforming, much like Alundra is, or to be more accurate, Landstalker, but I guess Alundra works too. But it's hard to tell how high you're elevated, so you actually make a proper jump.
Oh, I hate that shit. Like,
and another thing I don't like about the game is that the map system's kind of useless because it doesn't give you quest markers for where you need to go to finish quests.
Yeah.
And
I hate that.
Yeah, so it's like, why do I even have a map system other than to tell me what space in the map I'm currently in?
Yeah.
It's like if you want to like pin a treasure chest location, you have to do it yourself, which is stupid.
Oh, that sucks, man. Like, more games should take cues from, like, Dark Cloud. You know, just show you on the map where the shit is, you know, and you can go and work your way there. Yeah, I hate that shit, Eric. All right, anything...
I'm wondering, like, I forget how long ago the PC version released, but apparently they didn't get too much feedback because they haven't put it into this version of the game or the PC version of the game.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you've been playing, Eric?
They could eventually like convert the game to Unity and then do a whole bunch of fixes and call it a definitive edition at some point. But and like I mentioned before when we talked about earlier, the plot's about your character is playing an MMO, but unlike normal MMOs, like it's set far in the future, and this corporation apparently bought a planet and basically hosts the game there that people play remotely as avatars.
Capitalism. Like peak capitalism. Sweet. Buying planets.
But anyways, like she lost her memory somehow in the real world, and they decided that the best way for her to possibly get her memory back is to play the game.
Yeah. Okay.
But like her voice module doesn't work, so that's another trope. It's like the silent protagonist who's amnesiac.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you played, Eric?
That's it, really.
All right. Played MPQ a little bit, but I
a lot of Fairy Tail, so I got a review of that.
Yeah.
Because I found out.
We'll do that in a second, Eric. Played MPQ, and I had to take kind of a break from Dragon Quest just because of the repetitive nature of the battles. Like, you know me, I'm one to grind until I level up, until, you know, the bosses are just like non-existent for me pretty much. So I played a game called Plague's Tale: Innocence. And this game is good, man. It's basically about the Inquisition, and, you know, during that time, like, the plague was going around with rats, and the rats are fucking creepy in this game. Like you can't go anywhere where the rats are without putting light. The light kind of, like, you know, makes the rats go away. And it's a series of, you know, of puzzles and stealth. You got to stealth around the Inquisition and not get caught by them, and, you know, stuff like that. But it's a great game so far. I'm about halfway through, so hopefully by next week I'll have a review of Plague's Tale: Innocence. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's from, we talked about Focus Home Interactive. They actually published this game, and they're doing the right things. I don't know if they developed it as well, but whoever developed Plague's Tale: Innocence so far, it gets thumbs up. Great narrative, good chemistry, good characters. You know, like it's just it's good stuff. So I'll be talking about that game more soon. So let's move on to
RP Grinders reviews.
Break. Did you have any reviews this week?
Actually, I kind of did see something this week. It came out on Wednesday, and we binged every episode, me and Mrs. Breakman. You're old like me, Frank, so you remember this great show from the 80s. Had a fantastic theme song.
Hold on.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, hold on. I'm stalling. I'm stalling for time.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch She-Ra?
Is it?
No, not She-Ra.
Did they remake this? Hold on.
No.
Dude, anytime I hear somebody say 80s and theme song, I think of this.
Apparently.
Okay, is
This
it?
is a good theme song.
Yeah, it is. Is it? Hold on, I got another one for you. Is it? Let me do this. Sorry, my typing skills are not at an all-time high right now because I got my microphone in my hand.
Because you are at an all.
Disney Plus,
Oh
Hulu,
shit!
and
It's not. It's definitely not Disney Plus. So let's see. Is it this theme right here?
Oh man, I love that show.
Yeah. Not that? Not Knight Rider?
I like the remake. I don't care what people say. I like the remake. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I hate
If it's not that, is it Is it this one? Break. Hold on. I got another one right here. Is it this one?
Another great show.
Yeah. Not A-Team, huh?
No.
They didn't
Okay.
even make a A-Team remake.
Oh, darn it.
I did a
Okay.
movie. I didn't. I no.
The movie
No,
kind
thank you.
movie kind of sucked. So, all right. what-
I bet it did. I didn't need to go see it
yeah.
or rent it, or even if it's on cable, pay attention.
Did anybody watch the Gems movie?
No. Who would watch that, man? Oh, Bernie said she would watch it. How dare you, Bernie? Okay.
Well, the original Gem show is good. The movie, not so much,
Yeah.
apparently.
Okay, break. I'm sorry to interrupt with all those awesome
That's
things.
fine.
What did you watch?
No. Let me see. Well, no. Yeah, I thought you were gonna keep playing this game. I was having fun.
Yeah, I was too, man. I could do this all day, man.
Yeah. No, it's a remake of. I guess you'd call it a reality show.
Hmm.
It was hosted by a man named Robert Stack.
Oh, hold on. I got that one too. Hold on. Here, you can tell I'm stalling
I know.
for
That's why
I'm stalling for
I'm letting you
time.
vamp.
I'm stalling for
Sorry.
time because of this. Hold on. Is this what you're talking about here?
Oh yeah.
All right. Unsolved Mysteries, Breakman.
So what is it? Is it an actual show now, or is it like the original?
It's like the original. It's basically investigative things. Like there's 6 episodes, 6 or 7 episodes, and most of them are about murder. Like a family is killed, and the father went on the run. They can't prove exactly it was him, but they think it was him, and please call us if you have any information, and they run down. But then this is Unsolved Mysteries, so they had an episode of all these people who claimed that they never met each other, but they were all abducted by aliens on one night.
Yeah.
Being it's Unsolved Mysteries, it's kind of a fun show. They tackle stuff like that. Like that's what I loved about the original was they would do like a murder, and then they do like a reuniting. Yeah, I think it is 6 episodes.
And then they do a bullshit alien, show.
Yeah, exactly. But people, but these are things that actually happened. You know what I mean? Not necessarily that there was an alien invasion, or people were abducted. But these people actually think they were abducted, and they have facts ish.
It's just a shame that Robert Stack wasn't alive to reprise his.
This doesn't have a narrator at all.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, that's one of the different things. Like I love Robert Stack's narrating.
You know who else is a good narrator? Was that guy that did Forensic Files? I can't remember. I think his name was who the fuck was that guy? But he was good, man. And you ever watch Forensic Files?
I have. I don't know. I know who you're talking about, but I don't it's not coming to mind. You know what I mean?
Anyways, continue on. Sorry, I didn't mean.
So, anyways, it's
what if David was the narrator for Unsolved Mysteries?
Robert Stack. Robert Stack.
No, I said what if he was for the new one?
Oh yeah.
That'd be the first Unsolved Mystery then. How the hell did they get Robert Stack to do any of this?
Yeah, exactly. Peter Thomas was the narrator for Forensic Files. He's really good, but he passed away. But
yeah, Robert Stack passed away in the 90s or something.
Yeah.
He's been going a while.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So anyway,
so it's if you like those kind of unsolved mysteries, at the end of the show, there's going to be, if it's a murder, it's the killer's gotten away with it at this point.
Yeah.
That they need that people need help, or they need a clue, and that was one of the really things I loved about the original Unsolved Mysteries. Is every once in a while they'd come back with an episode dedicated to what happened now. Or if they replayed the episode, they added this is what's happened 6 months later. Now we found this person or something.
Yeah. That.
Being that this has just came out, that can't happen now. But I'm hoping to, see solved mysteries.
Yeah, solved mysteries, not unsolved mysteries. Yeah, that'd be cool.
But Unsolved Mysteries, it's back.
Yeah.
It's got this awesome theme song still.
Yeah,
but
that's
no
cool.
host.
That's cool. Okay. Let me get caught up in chat. I'm gonna say this preemptively. Freak 5 is exiled, and I'll explain. I'll explain why in just a second. He says last night when I got home from work, there was a squirrel in the neighbor's yard. So
Evil squirrels.
Yep.
Sorry.
So I filled up the squirrel feeder. I came. See, there's an exile right there.
You're an enabler.
Yep.
You're a traitor to the human race, sir.
I came out later to see if the squirrel was eating. It was stretched out on its belly eating, and I noticed that it has a fat butt. I said, "Damn, squirrel, you thick." Did I say that right, Freak 5? Yeah. Funny story, but you're still exiled because, one, why the fuck are you feeding squirrels, Freak 5? What's wrong with you? Son of a bitch. Wyland says he has an update. I'm wondering what the update is. So there you go. Did Frank catch me snoring? I sure did. I didn't do the obligatory put the. I didn't want to put the audience through the snoring on the microphone thing. So I didn't do that, Bernie. So yeah, there you go. Okay. So what are you giving Unsolved Mysteries, Breakman?
First few episodes, first 6 episodes. Also, it's international now. So one episode is completely in French.
Oh,
so, you know,
okay. All right. I'll take that.
Which is definitely interesting. And another thing that's completely different from it is the last when Unsolved Mysteries was originally on, they do like 2, 3, 4 mysteries an episode, something like that. Each episode is dedicated to one thing.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Someone didn't watch Unsolved Mysteries clearly. Update. It was a long time ago, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, so no.
I love the show, but it was a long time ago. I don't know. It really, your mileage varies. Like, it's going to be the same thing for everybody as far as like it's a documentary. But are you going to enjoy that at the end of the show? Like this, there's no resolution.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Unsolved Mysteries that, clearly sucked. Like, hardly ever, But, okay, well, that's good, man. So it's just subjective is what you're saying. It's not...
Yeah, but I enjoy it, and if you like murder investigations, I recommend it. If you're one of them weirdos who likes, like, the chasing Bigfoot type stuff, there's an episode of that, too, in there. So.
Sweet. I'll be talking about
I will say that was the weakest of all the episodes. The other ones were a lot more entertaining. That one was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I remember like them the original Unsolved Mysteries doing. I think it was Unsolved Mysteries doing like the Loch Ness Monster, for instance.
Yeah, which has been proven time and time again to be bullshit. But
right.
Okay, I'll be talking about a documentary in just a second too, and you guys are gonna want to stick around for that. Eric, you are up, sir.
All right, I got a review for Bento, which is anime adaptation of the manga series. It's a very short-lived series. I think the manga went on further than the anime did. The anime only had 1 season. It's probably only ever going to get 1 season because so it's a series that doesn't have much legs because it's got a really simple premise of basically there's this club at the school that it goes for the half-price bentos at the convenience stores that are around the area. And to get the thing they want, they end up beating the shit out of each other. And it's ridiculous. And there's also quite a bit of fan service. But they're all high schoolers, so it doesn't quite do it for me because, they're kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like all fan service games are high school girls.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of feel like sheepish when you're watching that type of stuff, man. It's like, okay.
The Fairy Tail sort of gets away with it because most of the people are adults.
Yeah.
Or they're adults by the end of the series.
Yeah, but you feel so bad for the girl.
Yeah.
She gets sexually harassed every fucking episode, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and Bento has some harassment in it too.
I'm taking away an exile to from.
It's like that shit isn't funny. Please don't do it, Japan. Stop doing it.
Yeah,
but other than that, Fairy Tail is really good. Like I really love Fairy Tail, but like it God, the abuse of females, and it's just like, oh.
But you get to learn a bit about bentos, but not really. But it's an entertaining show. It's not a good show, but it's only 12 episodes long, and you could watch it on Funimation, which is available in English and in the Japanese audio tracks. But so I'm gonna give this a 6.5.
Yeah. Wyland says, "Kid, you say, call Mr. Wizard." I'm taken away in exile for that, Wyland. Okay.
Anyway, the next show, and I guess the 2 movies, because there are 2 movies that came out over the course of the series, but there are also some OVAs too, but they aren't available in English in any format. They never had them available for streaming, and I think they're only currently available through sets, and I'm not even sure about that. So you probably have to find fan subs somewhere. But Fairy Tail is another thing I watch, and I've been watching over the last several months. 328 episodes worth of stuff.
Holy shit, Eric! Wow.
And so the show started from at least 2010, 2011, maybe. And it went for 8 seasons. Technically, it's 9, but the 8th season is like a mini series, which is about Fairy Tail Zero, which is the anime adaptation of that. Because after they did the Tartarus arc, they kind of canceled the series before the manga was over, and they only brought it back to finish the story afterwards. But so the show's about this world that has a bunch of magic going around, so they have a bunch of magic guilds, and the main character is actually Lucy, despite the fact Natsu gets top billing, and he's always the one that saves the day, because the show starts with her and it ends with her.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a Metal Gear Solid 2 situation, where you think you're going to get one character, and then the other character comes along.
Yeah.
But
does that other character run around naked at one point with their hand over their groin?
Yep, that's that character. And so Lucy gets disrobed and her clothes destroyed a lot too, so why not? It's an apt comparison. But anyways, she meets up with Natsu, Dragnail, who is one of the members of the guild, and his special ability is to use a special kind of fire type magic called Fire Dragon Slayer magic. And Lucy's skills are as a celestial wizard, which they summon spirits from the celestial realm. And she's got most of these special zodiac keys that summon the creatures from the zodiac.
Yeah.
And
Did she?
most of them are eccentric, to say the least.
Did she summon the darkness? Is the question.
No.
Eric? Oh, darn it.
And like one of them's basically a maid who wants to get punished by Lucy at every turn.
Yeah.
And it's the show's possessed of an energy that I'd liken to a wrestling match, I guess, because there's all the heel turns and over dramatic nonsense. There aren't as many heel turns as I'm saying, but like there are. So like it's got that kind of energy to it.
Okay.
It's got a real positive vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like just energetic.
It's kind of like a junk food anime that you don't mind. But
it's like an anime on a sugar rush.
Mm-hmm. But without spoiling any of the story of any of the arcs, stuff happens. They beat up bad guys, and the show kind of gets dark because they are actually willing to have characters bleed.
Wow.
Near the end of the series. But anyways, I guess they decided to do this because the people that were interested in Fairy Tail were growing up, so they decided to cater to them a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give this. Oh yeah, well, the two movies they're all right. They're not canonical, but you could slot the second movie in right before the last arc of the show because it ends with the scene of that stuff happening.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give the series an 8.5.
Okay. What are you giving the movies?
I'm gonna give them both 7s.
Okay, so fair enough. It seems like Fairy Tail is a good show to watch.
And I mainly watched the series to be thoroughly researched for when and if I get review code for the game comes out at the end of the month.
Sweet. Freak5 says, I taught my characters in Animal Crossing to say, I pooed today. Couldn't put enough letters for them to say, I pooped today. Yeah, that's awesome, Freak5. I'm glad you're thinking of RP Grinders when you're playing Animal Crossing. Wyland said...
Wait, he's just thinking about pooping. What do you mean? He thinks about... That's...
Well,
so you're saying when he thinks about pooping, he's thinking about us?
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, man. I mean, we are the original hashtag I Poop Today podcast, so, you know. Wyland says, crap. Speaking of poop, crap, I died in Dead Cells. That was a good run, so, yeah. And if Wyland dies in a game, that's a major thing, because Wyland's like, you know, fucking, you know, one of the greatest video game players of all time. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna go with my reviews. I have 3. I'm gonna do them quick fashion because we got lots to get to. Big Mouth season 3. All right, if you like toilet humor, prepubescent humor, with a lot of you know, sexual references, and you know, if you like that stuff coming out of cartoon mouths, it's the show for you. Season 3 was excellent. I like season 1 and 2. Okay, a little childish, you know, sexual humor at times, but still funny. But I like season 3 the best of all seasons. I understand. Eric and I were talking about this before we got on the air. It seems like in this day and age, like, you know, PC culture and stuff like that, it's not PC. It's gonna go for the cojones every single time, so to speak.
That show is not afraid to take risks.
No, it takes
like,
a lot of
for
risks.
instance, they show a lot of nudity, underage nudity in it.
Yeah.
But they're not sexualizing it at the same time.
No.
Just, like the puberty for girls song.
Yeah, I thought that was
the 3rd season.
Yeah.
That whole scene was like, oh, like this. They're not. I mean, they're naked, but they're not like.
Yeah,
This is porn. Like, this is like, and it's funny, but it's poignant too. Like, or poignant. Like, I think it'd be good for girls. I would like to know like a girl's opinion of that, really.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it, Break. I don't want to spoil anything. It's a blast for me. I don't know how it is for women. I'm assuming, you know, women would enjoy it just as much as guys, but you never know. I really liked it. There was only one episode I had a problem with. It was the Duke Ellington episode. I thought it was kind of tacky. But other than that, I really enjoyed that season. I thought it hit a lot of high notes for me, man. It was just stupid fun humor, and you know, we need to get back to that, just having fun without getting offended at every single little thing, you know. So that show, if you're easily offended, don't watch Big Mouth. But I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was really good. Well,
I miss sex jokes. There's just not enough of them.
Yeah, and they're not offensive sex joke, like misogynistic or anything like that.
They tackle stuff like that specifically. Like if they make jokes about misogyny and stuff like that, they get challenged on those.
Yes,
those people get challenged.
Yeah, and I do like that about that show. Like nothing goes unchallenged for the most part. Like if there's a guy or a girl bullying somebody, like it's challenged. You know, like there's always social commentary that's kind of biting and good, and it's very well written. which I like too. There's a lot of racial connotations in it that are tackled in a lot of the right ways. There are, like I said, the only problem I had was I thought that the Duke Ellington episode was kind of tacky at times, but still good. I mean, it wasn't that it was terrible. But anyways, Freak Fight says, I lost my signal for a bit. Did you read my comment about the squirrel? We did, and we commented on it, Freak Five. So, you'll have to replay that. We did. You'll be interested in what we said. Okay, we talked about a documentary earlier, Tiger King. I saw that documentary, and that, you want to talk about a batshit where everybody seems to be batshit crazy, it's Tiger King. I really feel bad for the workers of the zoos, all the zoos in question. It's basically about a guy who opens up I don't know if he considers it, I think he considers it a zoo, but he ends up being gay, which is inconsequential, but then he has multiple husbands, and then there's... are you all right there, Eric?
Yeah, I just...
All right. But there's like multiple zoos, and there's rivalry zoos, and PETA gets involved, and this guy is like, basically what it boils down to is a rivalry between the Tiger King, can't remember his name, anyways, I just know him as the Tiger King, and Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin is the owner of I don't know if she considers her thing a zoo or a wildlife refuge or whatever the fuck it is, but they all seem batshit crazy to me. Carol Baskin seems crazy to me. The Tiger King seems crazy to me. There are other zookeepers involved that seem kind of crazy to me as well, but basically the Tiger King loses his zoo and loses his money, and he gets in bed, not literally, but he gets in bed with another zookeeper that basically takes his zoo because he's basically going under. I like how Freak Five is interested in what Breaking Eric says, but not me. That's awesome, Freak Five. There's like not a lot of redeemable characters in this show. This documentary.
So it's a Breaking Bad situation.
Yeah, it's sort of a Breaking Bad. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, I feel bad for the workers. Joe Exotic.
Is this what about the will Trump pardon the Tiger King meme was all going on?
Yeah, Eric, you got to watch this thing, man. It's only 8 episodes long, I think, 7 or 8 episodes. Freak Five says everyone in Tiger King is batshit crazy, and that's true, man. Other than some of the workers, I feel bad for the workers because a lot of them are felons and can't find work elsewhere, so they end up working for the Tiger King. Joe Exotic is his name. And he pays them very little money, but at least they have a stable job, and they help keep this zoo. But it boils down to the Joe Exotic basically being thrown in prison for a murder for hire plot, which is pretty flimsy, I think, in my view. But that's the controversy of this whole thing. I don't doubt that this guy should be in jail for a lot of the bullshit that he did, like breeding and selling these wild animals and stuff like that. But I mean, if you want a documentary where everyone is not who they seem and it's just batshit crazy, Tiger King is for you. And I give it an 8 out of 10 just for the simple fact that these people really exist in life, man. It's crazy. So highly recommend watching it. Judge for yourself. There's lots of things. There's a plot about Carol Baskin killing her ex-husband and feeding him to tigers, possibly, but nothing is ever proven on that front. There's illegal selling of animals. There's eccentric zookeepers everywhere, apparently. It's just batshit crazy. I highly recommend watching it. Speaking of batshit crazy, I saw a movie called Guns Akimbo with Daniel Radcliffe of Harry Potter fame. And I was telling Eric before we got on the air, it's as close to a live action anime as you will ever get, in my opinion. Like it
But
is
even more than Equilibrium was.
even more so, man. Like it's batshit crazy. The plot revolves around an average guy that he's really good with computers and hacking and all kinds of that type of shit. But he's just average. He's not nothing super special. But he ends up pissing off some people in this chat room that run this internet underground internet game called what the fuck was it called? Anyways, and it's basically like one-on-one deathmatch type scenario. And I don't know if people are betting that really what I guess it was more implied than anything, but everybody from around the world watches this particular show, this internet show, and watches these two people try to kill each other pretty much out in the wild. And so they end up finding out where this average guy lives, and they bolt, and I'm not kidding you, they bolt 2 handguns to his hand, and he only has, I think, 50 bullets in each gun, and they throw him into this game. And at first he seems like really weak, but he ends up gaining like a lot of knowledge throughout the movie. He ends up hooking up with this woman that was tasked to kill him, and there's a whole subplot with the owner of this worldwide game. It's sort of like Running Man, if you can believe that. Mm-hmm. But modern with like a lot of anime stylistic violence type thing, and I highly recommend watching it. It's not that it's the greatest movie in the world, but it's definitely above average, and if you like a lot of like batshit crazy action, then I highly recommend Guns Akimbo. It was streaming on Netflix, and I just happened to come across it and watch it, and give it a watch. It's pretty good. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. So those were my reviews. Anybody got a Heiscapade this week?
Have you seen any of the movies that Elijah Wood's been in lately?
I have not. I heard they're pretty good, though. I mean, I saw his remake of Maniac that was actually pretty decent, but I haven't seen anything lately. But anybody got a Heist?
Was Samwise in any of those movies fawning over him in the background?
I know. Like, let me get your robe, whatever. Frodo, let me carry your robe for you, please. Type stuff.
Like, goddamn, there has never been somebody more obviously in love with another person.
Yeah.
Samwise.
Samwise, Ganshi, and Frodo kissing in a tree for sure, man.
Well, see, while Frodo's completely oblivious, you have to feel bad for Samwise. Like, dude, say something. Just nope, you're just gonna be okay. You're just a soft life. Not getting anything in return, whatever, dude.
Yep. All right. Anybody have a Heiscapade?
Mm-mm.
All right, you, Eric.
No.
All right, let's move on to...
what is it?
Stinko of the week.
All right, Break, you're up.
Okay, I got a couple of them. Well, it's been my Stinko for I guess forever. The coronavirus once again. This week again we've hit record numbers, but I'm going to go specifically within my county. Numbers have spiked heavily, so right in my neck of the woods, even though Ohio is doing very well, there are a few areas in Ohio which are doing bad.
Yeah, like below the capital is like level 4 zone.
Yeah, the city, like the big cities like Cleveland, Cincinnati, like it's bad. So
yeah.
I said the one good thing is that I saw out today is most everybody was wearing masks today.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of surprising. There are some people that weren't, but as I was walking around like Costco, I looked around like everybody like
I noticed in my area more people are wearing masks, so that's good.
I guess they finally after. How long have we been talking about this virus hitting the country now? After 4 months, I guess they finally understand maybe wearing a mask is a good idea.
Yeah.
Freak
5 says Samwise is like, can I hold your cock while you pee, Mr. Frodo? Yeah, pretty much, man. That's
Frodo still wouldn't get it.
Yep, he didn't. He wouldn't get it.
He still wouldn't get it. Like, okay.
Was he that thirsty in the book? I don't think he was.
Yes. Yeah. He. In the book, I never got that visual, but when I saw the movies, it totally made sense. So yeah, he was that doting in the book for sure. Yeah. Okay, what else you got, Break?
Well, so yeah, it's definitely worrisome. I hope I didn't catch anything today.
That actually reminds me of something in Fairy Tail I'd like to mention. Like, there's a character named Gray, and he has a stalker named Juvia.
Yeah, I hope you don't catch it either, Breakman. It's the same in Denver. Like our numbers are pretty. We've seen a very, very slight uptick, but we've been kind of one of those states that have been not. But every state around us, Utah, fucking Wyoming, Arizona especially. God, man, what are these people doing? But okay.
Yeah, but it's not. But most of the states doing okay. It's just like around the cities, I think, and.
Yeah,
whatever. And obviously we know like places like Florida and Texas, they get battered with it, and people are still fighting about wearing masks.
Yeah.
Just
the mask.
I don't understand.
The masks aren't about you getting it. The masks are about you not spreading it if you have it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
people just don't give a shit about other people. Some people don't.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's been politicized is just fucking insane.
Yeah. And cops are amongst the worst of the bunch too, man.
Yeah.
I've yet to see cops in this city wear masks at all.
I only saw I saw one cop today, just one of those guys working overtime in the grocery store.
Oh,
he wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah. See? That makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Wyland says it reminds me of the Lord of the Rings talking clerks too. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, what else you got, Break?
Okay, the other stinko goes to once again our traitor-in-chief has committed treason. This time against our troops.
I've heard about this and I'm skeptical. Break.
Well, the thing is he more than likely did not get the report, which makes him negligible,
Yeah,
makes him competent.
Yes.
But the reason he did not get the report is, and it's been coming out, that nobody wants to give him any negative reports about Russia because he basically he jumps down their throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anything that Russia does bad, if anybody reports to him that it's a bad thing, so they've been avoiding. So that they've been avoiding telling him Russian stories. Like apparently Russia's been paying bounties to terrorists to kill not just troops, but not just American troops and troops from like England, other foreign countries, but not just troops, citizens too. Just anybody who's a foreign nationality, they're paying them to kill.
Yeah, I'm skeptical of that intel, but if true, Breakman, you're right. He's definitely incompetent. Well, we all knew that from the beginning. I mean, there's just no question. He's incompetent. He's weak. He's definitely a weak leader. He kowtows to Russia for sure. I mean, I'm not one of these Russian, like people that always are Russia, like Rachel Maddow, make you believe that Russia's like, gonna fucking ruin our democracy by messing in our elections, which has never been proven at all. I mean, everybody messes with everybody's elections or tries to, right? We do propaganda for Russia. Russia does propaganda. They did on Facebook and other
I think
things.
it's a bigger threat to our elections from within.
Yeah, I agree. There's more bullshit going on.
Voter suppression is going to be really big in November.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we saw that with the Democratic primary in Kentucky. I mean, Booker was winning, and he was beating the fuck out of Amy McGrath. But the places where they knew he would do well, like where all the African Americans lived, they shut down 600 polling places down to 2. So. Of course it's voter suppression, but the Democrats won't say it unless it's on the Republican side. So, fuck all of them.
We're going to deal a lot of stuff like that. But I do think, I do know that like Russia and China and other countries absolutely interfere in our elections. And we know they're doing everything they can to try and get Trump reelected and stuff like that. But like you said, I don't think it's going to be that, like, they're gonna have that big of an
An impact. Yeah, no, they're not changing the votes at the polls. They're not. Trump is really afraid of the mail-in ballots. There's been very, very little. I think there have been like 0.0001 cases of that or some shit statistic that I saw. Like it's
there's
very,
always
very
going to be, no matter what you do, there's always going to be some case of fraud at some point. There's always going to be some jackass who wants a shortcut.
Yeah, 1 out of 600 million, or I mean, it's the number is so insignificant. It doesn't. There's no way it could matter one way or another. It's like it's stupid, ridiculous how low fraud on like mail-in ballots is. So yeah, I agree with you, Breakman. What else you got?
But however, him and his family and vice president and all mail-in vote.
Yep, but they're discouraging it, but yet they do it themselves. I mean, that's just par for the course.
And they did it fraudulently because they did it like the Pences did it in a state they haven't lived in for more than 4 years.
Yeah.
So it was before the election.
Yeah. Arrest them. How about that?
Yeah.
Arrest
exactly. And then the president himself voting in a state that he just decided like a few months ago was now his home state.
Yeah.
You gotta go back to New York where they can fuck with you some more.
Yeah. Okay, what else you got, Break?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm just annoyed with everything. Well, let me say this: like, if the president is refusing to listen to reports, like, that is willful ignorance, and that is treason to me. If you're saying that a foreign country is going to do something bad, but you don't want to hear about it, you're betraying our country.
Yeah.
It's dereliction of duty. You know what they do that in the military? They do court-martials.
I agree.
Vice president getting court-martialed.
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment, Break, but I disagree that it's out and out treason. It's like I
say it's treason because it goes with the overall package of Trump.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Like,
if this was just this instant, I wouldn't say that. No.
Yeah, yeah. No, as a totality, I agree, Break. Yeah. Like, I mean, you and I have discussed this at length, man. He's a traitor by moral standards times a million. By lawful standards, like, it's so, like, unless you're a Confederate, which he's pretty fucking close, let's be honest here. I mean,
he's getting this law passed, like 10-year punishment for anybody who damages a Confederate statue.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Meanwhile, he has yet to condemn Russia for the supposed Bounty Gate. Even if it isn't true, like, there's a lot of reports going on that this is happening, and he has a duty, like, to the country that he's supposed to be,
right.
representing.
At least do your due diligence and have hearings and call for hearings and stuff like that. But he's not. He's being complicit. We're gonna go a little bit over, guys, just to let you know, if you don't mind.
We started late, so it's not really over.
Yeah, I know, but just letting you know. Okay. Is that it, Break? Anything else?
No. Freak says in chat, Iowa sent out forms asking if people wanted mail-in ballots ahead of the primaries, and there was a record number of votes because of that.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. We should all have mail-in ballots, paper ballots. I mean, it's the only way to keep things fair and square, unless you have corrupt, DNC officials or RNC officials. I mean, that's just the way it should be. Our Republican governor then told the states they can't do that anymore. Oh, fuck your goddamn governor, Freak 5. Like,
wow.
Man, Jesus Christ. I mean, that sucks for you guys, man. It sucks for everybody. Colorado has mail-in ballots. Like,
How far our government officials have gone in suppressing Americans. Like, they're leaning closer and closer to authoritarianism.
And it's both. They're both complicit, Breakman.
Yeah, both parties. I mean, Trump is we've said before, he's a symptom.
Yep. I was telling Bernie the other day, like most likely Biden might win, although I'm skeptical of that. I actually think Trump's got as good a shot as anybody.
Yeah.
But let's say Biden does win. I mean, he's either a 1 or a 2-term president, and then we might get somebody worse than Trump the next go around. So he is absolutely a symptom. He's not the problem. He's a symptom of the fucking problem. So
I mean, he's a terrible and monster and needs to be punished. We're not saying that.
Right.
But we're saying that like he wouldn't be in there if our system wasn't so fucking broken.
Yeah. Two-party system is fucking beyond.
They've both parties have actively worked to make sure that they, it's just them.
Yeah, the Republicans are out and out doing that, and the Democrats are controlled opposition. You know what I mean? That's how it works. So, okay, let's move on. Eric, you're Stinko.
All right. My Stinko is I talked about it a little earlier pre-show, but the fighting game community has had issues like it always does. Lots of people getting exposed to sexual predators, but among all that stuff going on is how Evo was canceled because they found out that the co-CEO of Evo was basically getting little kids, boys, to do things that were pretty lewd.
Yeah, inappropriate. Like Weiland was saying, he was
he wasn't soliciting him for sex, but he was probably getting off on it, maybe.
Yeah, he was throwing
the kind of stuff that you heard was being thrown about with Michael Jackson, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he apparently, according to Weiland in chat, I didn't see the news story myself, so I'm just going by what he said, but he was like throwing coins in a fountain and having the little kids like go and grab them with not a lot of clothes on, and that's
I wouldn't compare him to what Michael Jackson is accused of. He's accused of basically dating children.
Yeah, I mean, still,
the two kids that are accused of,
though, right?
Yeah.
What's that? No.
This is how it starts, though, right?
Yeah, it starts with little.
He grooms them and then makes sure that he gets them. See, I'm skeptical of not knowing anything. Just kidding. I don't know what I was gonna say actually. What I'm trying to say.
Are you skeptical that Michael Jackson did any of that? Because I was up until Corey Feldman said, "Yeah, the dude fucking did it." Like he.
Yeah, I'm not really skeptical of that. That's not what I was gonna say. What was I trying to say?
But anyways, he made a fake non-apology because he was still getting DMs about that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah. Okay, Weiland confirms something different than what I said. He says, no, he paid them tokens to strip down and jump into the fountain.
Tokens?
I don't know what type of tokens, but apparently he paid them tokens to strip down and jump into the fountain with very little clothes, apparently. So it's still gross. I think Weiland said it best, creepy fuck. I mean, that's the best way to put it, just creepy.
I mean, that can still be damaging to a kid's psyche. They don't even have to be touched,
Yeah,
it's
for
still
sure.
Abusing them, and it's still sexualizing them. It's still confusing to them. I mean, and they're probably thinking, yeah, I'm getting this money, but then after the fact, they're like, what? Why did I do this?
Yep.
There's a guy watching me, so like this is.
Yeah, gross. It's just gross. Anything else on that, Eric?
Nope, just. The fighting game community needs a clean up shop.
Yeah.
And hopefully Evo comes back with better quality control so that stuff doesn't happen.
Better people running it is the best way to put it. Okay, mine is a real quick one, my Stinko.
Oh, there's a video of it too, apparently.
Oh God, man. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Okay, mine is a real quick one. This is just a weekly reminder that Breonna Taylor's murderers are still free, a.k.a. the cops that busted into her house, broke into her house, and promptly shot her 8 times and killed her, and then arrested her boyfriend for trying to defend her. So, yeah, and he... what was sick about that is the boyfriend got charges pressed against him until they dropped him of... what was it? murder or trying to murder a cop. Like there's a I don't know what that statute is, but that's what they were going to try to charge him with until they just dropped the charges, which is...
I think it's even sicker that the primary guy that did the firing, like, was blindly shooting into what he couldn't see.
Yep.
He'd been reprimanded for that before.
Yeah, and he's still out there, and he's a murderer. And that's just the way it is. So
he's been reprimanded for shooting blindly into anything because you put human life, especially maybe an innocent victim.
Yeah, he should be. He should be in
jail. Which
jail.
is exactly what happened.
Yep, he should be in jail right now for the rest of his life. Pending trial. Okay.
People who use guns need to be held. They need to be held to the high standard of the law, basically.
Yeah.
But if you use a gun indiscriminately like this, especially somebody who's done it before and knows.
I saw a video, I don't know if you guys have saw this, of a white police officer. All right, he's probably about 6'2", 6'3", kind of tall, white guy. It was in an airport, and he was arguing with a black woman, right? The black woman took offense to what he said and like got up to him, right? Wasn't like rearing back to hit him or anything like that, but just like, and she was like a foot shorter. So it's like, I mean, come on, dude. If you're afraid of a woman that's not to say that she couldn't do some damage or anything like that, but she was upset at what they were saying because he was being a fucking prick, and he decked her right in her face, and then you could hear him audibly saying, well, you headbutted me, when the video clearly shows she did not what he was concerned with was a black woman challenging him. And I tell you what, I say this all the time, I watch these First Amendment audits, and these guys are smart. They know the law, so they don't get, for the most part, they don't get roughed up or anything like that. I have seen videos like that, but a lot of times they'll say, without that badge and gun, you're nothing, and you wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now if not for that badge and gun and your immunity. Your what do they call that? Not staged immunity. I forget what they call it, but it's some type of immunity that cops get almost, and that's how they get out of being charged with almost anything. But anyways, it's just sick. The state of police officers in this country is just absolutely
and to anybody
ridiculous.
who doesn't understand like why Black Lives Matter and why people are still protesting, is because every fucking week, sometimes almost every day, we get another video released of a cop abusing somebody. They're not always black, but is not the point.
No, it's not the point.
The point is the police are above the law.
Yeah.
They're enforcing the law. They're enforcing their own law.
Yep, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go with my sweeto next.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet! Sweet of the week!
All right, since we're talking about cops, the officers who mocked Elijah McClain, who's another black gentleman that was, systematically murdered by police, there were, not only was the guy that put his knee, again with the knee, and chokeholds and killing people by, not letting them breathe, simply because they're black, I guess, or the power, or, whatever it is. It's mostly because they're black, and, black lives apparently don't matter to the thin blue line. Elijah McClain got killed, but the officer that killed him was fired. He should be in jail. And there were sick photos of 3 officers laughing, mocking the death of Elijah McClain. 2 of them were fired. I don't know why the other one wasn't fired, but nonetheless, 3 pieces of shit are now not cops, which is a good thing. They should be in jail, though, because they're dangerous. They're super dangerous. Also, Ghislaine Maxwell was... bad cops are not a minority, Breakman. They are a majority. And you know how I know that? There was a video, I don't know if you saw that 75-year-old guy that got pushed to the ground. There were lines of cops that could have stopped. Any one of them could have stopped and tried to help that guy, but they all just walked right on by. So they are.
If it was a tiny minority, we wouldn't get a video week. We wouldn't get weekly videos.
It's daily now. It's daily.
Or
man.
or daily. We wouldn't get that. We
Yep.
would get, if it was a tiny minority, we'd get like once a year. One cop ran over somebody's foot or something stupid like that, or one bad cop shot an unarmed citizen, and the other cops immediately took him down.
Yeah.
That would be there is a tiny minority of bad cops.
Yeah. That is proven wrong by the guy chased by the guys in a truck and shot. They didn't have a badge and would have gotten away with it if the video wasn't released. That's absolutely 100% correct, Freak 5. That's another one that, oof. I mean, if people don't think that the cops and others have it in for black people in this country or other minorities, you're insane. I mean,
I think they have it in for anybody who challenges their authority in any way.
Yeah, but
and then like you said, just like I think just being of a different race or something, I think they see
added.
as
It's
inferior.
Yep. It's adding fuel to that fire. Like I know from firsthand experience. When I was 16, I used to go to a club. I think I've told this story on the show before. But I on my way home, I had a black friend that I was just going to take him home, and the postal police came out with guns and said that we were smoking marijuana. No, we weren't. For one, but for two, you need a gun for somebody smoking weed? Really? I mean, it's just insane. It's crazy. So yeah, that was my first, and then my second sweeto, Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested, and if people don't know who that is, that was
that's also on my sweeto list.
Jeffrey Epstein's. I almost put this in my Stinkos, Breakman, because. Why did it take so fucking long for her to get arrested? She's a worthless fucking...
Yeah, part of the problem is she's been in hiding.
Yeah,
the FBI's known where she was, but they couldn't... I'm not sure exactly why they couldn't arrest her.
Yeah.
But I think... But God knows, there's probably some stupid loopholes or something, but I agree she should have been arrested a long time ago.
It's unclear whether she was Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend or mistress or secretary.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, it's okay. Go ahead, man.
From what I've read on this, like it's always been read and heard, it's at certain points she was his girlfriend, and she even claimed to be his wife.
Yeah, she was arranging like little girls to be diddled by the likes of Bill Clinton and Alan Dershowitz, who's a fucking dirtbag, and Donald Trump, who's an even worse dirtbag, and Prince Andrew, I think. And other high people. I mean, I told you guys about the hashtag #OpDeathEaters. You guys should check that hashtag out from Anonymous on Twitter, because they have a lot of incriminating evidence, and the Black Book. They have list of names of people that you'd be like, really? I mean, everybody on the Lolita Express, like we've been talking about this for how many years now, Breakman? Like 5-6 years we've been talking about this. So
God, yeah, I know. Like it's came up many times even before like Trump, the election, and stuff like that.
I think we've even mentioned Trump as being one of these fucking pedophiles, So it's crazy. #OpDeathEaters. You guys should check that out, because there's like all kinds of shit, and I can't wait till that Black Book officially, like one of the news outlets decides to like actually do the work and like look at the names on that, but they won't, because it's like their precious Bill Clinton and Donald Trump and other high-ranking people. Prince Andrew was one. There's all kinds.
Yeah, like we need to stop with this there should be no politicalization of sexual abuse, of rape, of child molestation, of any of this shit.
Yeah,
it's not political. Men raped and abused teenage girls.
Yep, and there's some
women too.
Yeah, there's someone that actually, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I'm guessing it's a woman that said Ghislaine Maxwell raped him or her 20 to 30 times, and they're willing to come forward and speak about it. So That's good. Let's
It
see what
wasn't
happens.
just powerful, rich and powerful men. There are some women too.
Yep.
But people are going to be surprised by a lot of the names that have come out repeatedly.
Yeah.
Names like you've said, Clinton and Trump and stuff like that.
Breakman,
But-
over under Ghislaine Maxwell committing, quote unquote, committing suicide in prison.
Jesus, I don't want to even think about it. But
I know, but it's something that you got to think about, because do you honestly
No.
think that fucking Jeffrey Epstein had the guts to fucking hang himself? I don't. I don't think he had the guts to do it.
Well, there's so many things that just completely went wrong. Like the cameras in the prison.
Oh,
they
how
didn't
convenient.
work the first time he attempted suicide, and they didn't work the second time when he did commit suicide.
Yeah,
but the rest of the time these cameras worked.
Yep, how convenient. How convenient.
Yeah, there was
So-
too many there was way too much coincidence with Epstein's death.
Yep.
Like I said before, I don't doubt that he committed suicide, but I believe he was definitely helped in committing suicide.
I don't think he committed it. I think he was murdered. I think the autopsy kind of put the nail in that
I don't
coffin.
know. I think he killed himself as a way of sticking it to the girls one more time. Because he was notoriously cruel.
Yeah.
And one of the things he did right before he died was what was that financial move he made to protect the people, other people, and move some money? There were some things he did to make sure that the girls couldn't get any money even after he was gone.
Yeah, I know that, Breakman, and I feel you on that, but I don't think this guy had the balls to fucking do it. I don't think he had the balls to go through with it, man. Like, I'm skeptical. I mean, the autopsy was, yeah, the autopsy was kind of telling, man. Like it's still open. It's open. It's an open case. Like, it's not gonna go away anytime soon. And like I said, over under on Ghislaine Maxwell. You know, I mean, the timer's ticking on her. I wonder how many cameras are gonna go out when, you know, she quote unquote commits suicide. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. So. All right.
I'm wondering if one of the things that took so long for her to be arrested was maybe a negotiation process going on with the FBI.
That's a possibility. I'm
hoping it's for her protection, which, you know, she's a horrible, horrible human being.
Yeah.
But she needs to be protected from, you know, quote unquote suicide.
Yeah.
Because she's got the names on a lot of other horrible people.
Yeah, I hope there's cameras everywhere, and I hope, you know, we learned our lesson from Jeffrey Epstein. It's all about money, you know. So, okay, that's it on that. Let's see, Eric. I didn't see one for you, so I'm gonna go to break. Your Sweetos of the week.
That one of her getting busted by the FBI was definitely one of them. My other one goes to 4th of July is tomorrow, and I love the 4th of July. Fireworks and grilling out and stuff like that.
I know you love it, Breakman, but I got okay. So that leads into free for all. You guys ready for free for all?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it.
It's a free for all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free for all. Wow. Suck it.
All right, I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to fireworks, Breakman, for a couple of reasons. I used to love fireworks, right? All into them. Used to love them. Until one year I was lighting off fireworks, and one of the bottle rockets that I had veered and went almost underneath a Cadillac and scared the shit out of me. That was one incident. And then later on in life, that kind of changed my mind about fireworks, how dangerous they were, and how, you know, even if you're fully responsible, how things can go haywire in a split second. And to that point, like years later, I think this was either last year or the year before, there's these people behind the house that I'm currently living that always do fireworks. And one of the fireworks was one of those big, you know, like boomy fireworks that, you know, looks like a professional firework. Well, that also veered, but it veered straight into my house, like on the side of the house, and you know, did its thing, but spread like like fireworks everywhere, and it scared the shit out of me. I thought literally that this house was going to catch on fire, the next door house was going to catch on fire, and the other side was going to catch on fire. It was that scary to me. So I'm on the opposite side. I love the way they look. I think they're fun if handled correctly by professionals, but none of us are professional. So I'm on the opposite side of that, Breakman. What do you say to that?
Oh, maybe there should be a license, because I do agree that there are a lot of people doing a lot of stupid things with fireworks, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're meant to be an entertaining show, but they say on them, you know, light the fuse and
get away.
Get away. They don't. It doesn't really say that. It says light it from a safe distance. Is what it says.
See, and that's the thing. And these fireworks, like in a city especially, Breakman, like there's no getting around it. Like you have neighbors that are super close and can be subject to this shit at any second.
Yeah.
You know, we can't control these fireworks. We can control ourselves, but you know, even if you point a bottle rocket straight up in the air, it can go fucking sideways in a hurry, you know. So I used to love them, but not anymore, man. Like I don't look forward. I look forward to the grilling and the camaraderie, and you know,
I'm thinking about all the PTSD it could cause veterans, and
that too,
and pets too.
Yeah, pets for sure. Like my Chihuahua is deathly afraid of fucking like loud noises like that.
Like, can we find an alternative to fireworks? Like, can we have our light shows without the loud noises?
Well, no, I like fireworks. Like the professionals, leave it to the professionals. Go and watch a fireworks show at a stadium or something like that. I'm gonna read chat here real quick. Bernie says we were lucky our window was closed. Yeah, it hit our window. So it scared the shit out of me. You know, it was really crazy.
I've seen a lot of people going to shops and just, you know, buying stuff randomly, such, but like young people, and I think probably there should be some sort of licensing to buy fireworks. Like you need to take a safety course or something to that effect.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
And you know, maybe learn a little bit of meteorology so the weather's right, so that it doesn't feel sideways.
Yeah, so that way, like, you're aware, like if it's windy, fucking all bets off. Don't fucking do them at all, man. Freak5 says Frank blew his name off. He had a hook when I met him, or blew his hand off. How dare you, Freak5?
Yeah, I was confused when he said hook, and he's like hand. Oh, okay. But like another thing is dry conditions. Like people like to light them off in dry areas. One thing I do personally before I light them off is I water the yard. I get the entire yard soaked and wet. So
that's smart. That's definitely smart. And while you're at it, put some water on your house, man. Like I'm thinking about doing that for tomorrow. Just like giving the house a good dose of water, just to maybe protect it. I mean, it's not gonna if something like that happens,
I mean, it won't. It's not gonna protect. You know what we mean? But it'll be.
It's like putting on like a thin layer of chapstick or something on your lips, you know, like maybe something like that. I don't know, man.
Sort of like wearing a mask, you know. It's not gonna protect you from catching the virus.
Yeah.
You won't be able to spread it to others.
Yeah. I mean, it's a small fix. Okay, next up, the rising cost of game prices. Eric put this in there. We're now probably going to be expecting $70 a game, guys, for the next gen. What are your thoughts on that, Break?
Okay.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I don't understand why people are upset. I remember paying like $90 for Final Fantasy 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, it shouldn't have been that expensive in the first place either.
Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't great then, and it's not good now. And especially
you're an asshole. You're a liar. This is fake news.
Especially when you consider that they're still going to do their microtransaction nonsense on top of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with the games being $70 because
or if there were legitimate reasons for games being more expensive. They just want more money now.
Breakman.
It's going to a new system. Like it does cost more money for more higher. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm saying weird things.
It's cheaper over time, but they just stay the same.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I'm with you, Breakman, 100%. Back in the day, Nintendo games were like, what, $60?
Mm-hmm.
And that was for 8-bit.
Were usually 90.
And we're talking about in the 90s. Like, that would be... Yeah. That'd probably be $90, $100 now, you know?
Yeah. So
And what
I
do you
do,
think about it? It was like
Eric,
Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 3 were like $90.
yeah,
Yeah, and by today's standards, those would be like $150 games.
right. So I don't have a problem with the price $70 for next gen games, right? For what we're getting. I mean, I do.
And one thing, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but one thing I've heard from a lot of developers is $60. It's really cutting a lot of their profitability and stuff. They should really be more expensive because it's hurting them.
I don't care.
Think that.
Hold on,
I'm just
hold on,
saying,
Eric.
as a argument. I'm just saying.
I don't care about profitability. The time that I'll care about profitability is when CEOs decide to take less money. That's when I'll care about profitability, right? Okay.
That's very true.
And everybody else gets paid fair share.
Yeah, and everybody else gets paid fair and square. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. I don't have a problem with the $70 price tag, but Eric makes a good point. It's not just gonna be $70. You got DLC, so they're gonna give you half of a game, right? Or even less. Maybe they'll give you a quarter of a game and then keep the rest for DLC. So you're going to pay $70 on top, and then you're probably going to pay $20 a DLC if you want it right away.
Or DLC is going to be more expensive too, actually, because that's one of the things that we're going to see a lot of is things are going to be more expensive because the value of the dollar has been heavily devalued.
Yep. Okay. So let me finish this point. Like, it's not just going to be 70. It's going to be, probably anywhere in the range of $20 to $60 more, right? For the full experience of just the game. So now you're talking about $130 a game. Plus, on top of that, you're going to get the microtransactions, which include, outfits, which I'll never understand, like why people are so, unless you get them in game, why should you have to pay for outfits for your characters?
Yeah, just for instance, Xbox avatars, also like those lightsabers for $5
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want a $5 fake lightsaber for?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you're getting into, anywhere from $5 to upwards of $100. So you're looking at $230 a game, depending on the game. You know what I mean? Or more. I mean, there's games that, like, for instance, I could think of like The Sims offhand, where, I know from personal experience, like on SingStar, before I don't understand how they got rid of SingStar, because they were making so much money. They were making $1.50 a song, and then some, there were some song packs that were $5 or $6. I spent literally probably $200 on SingStar back in the day when I had it, literally. So, I mean, honestly, like the rising cost of game prices is not just going to be the $70 price tag. You're looking at easily double that, $140 to $200 a game, which is absolutely
I'll say that's
ridiculous.
optional though. DLC you don't have to get.
You don't, but if you want to complete the game experience itself, Breakman, like you want to play the game to completion, right? Like you definitely want to play that, and don't give me this. You're gonna play the game to completion with the $70, because a lot of those games, like you'll get post content. Like what happens after this?
For instance, I think this all started over NBA 2K, right?
Yeah,
the next
yeah.
basketball game. What other experience do you need from? You're not going to get additional gameplay from DLC.
Yes.
I mean, it's still going to be the same basketball game. You can still play through the tournament and hold the cup and everything.
There's no justification for why that game's $60. I don't think the extra power of the console is going to improve the cost that much.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
licensing fees are another thing when it comes specifically to sports titles.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the sports titles aside, they're kind of an outlier, but I'm just talking about like regular like RPGs and I mean, look at Final Fantasy VII, right? I mean, we've got what a fourth of the game so far. We paid $60 to get the full, Final Fantasy experience. We're looking at another 70 and another 70 and another 70. We're back in the day. We paid what?
It's 70? More like a fifth of the game than a fourth.
Okay, I'm just gonna say 4. So take 3 times 70. Okay, so that's 21 or 210, and another 60, which is what you paid this gen. So you're looking at almost $200 for that game, or $300 for that game. And back in the day, we paid what, 60, 70 for Final Fantasy VII. I mean,
well, I paid the no, I didn't pay anything for Final Fantasy 15 because I got on the Game Pass.
Right,
I've
right.
beat the whole game. I've
Yeah.
still played through the whole experience without playing through any of the DLC yet.
Yeah, but what's the DLC include? I mean, that gives you additional story, right?
Oh, right. It's additional story to what you already had, but
Yeah, but back
I still got my full experience with Final Fantasy 15.
I get it, Breakman. But what I'm saying is,
before Chapter 10, after that, the whole game feels rushed.
right. But what I'm saying, back in the day, you would have gotten all of that DLC inside of that game, or you would have gotten another part to that game. You know what I'm saying? Like so. You can't look at that DLC as outliers to that game. They were part of that game. You know, that's just what I'm saying. So
they treated 15 like a live service model.
Yeah, and that didn't.
It was basically an unfinished game.
Yeah.
I mean, the 15, the base game itself was mostly finished, but they sold it like kind of like in an early access state.
I mean, that it's going to come down to that, Breakman, where everybody's going to have like a service, like a live service that you know, you get these games on that service and pay monthly. I mean, I don't. I mean, but then again, I mean, what's the cost of that going to be? That's going to go up. It's not going to go down. You know, I mean, you're going to have to pay what, $30, $40, $50, $60 a month to get those games. Like, ugh, I don't know, man. I like to own my games. You know, I do like Xbox's service. It's kicking PlayStation Now's ass all over the place for sure. But
I like going to my older games, but you know, like when it comes to the new generation, like the 360 games and stuff like that, like that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have what it comes down to. I don't have a problem with the $70 price tag at all, Breakman, because like you said,
games get marked down quickly these days.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's. I mean, if you can wait, like we're all gonna, like all of us in particular, we're gonna have to wait because I can't afford $70. I couldn't afford 60. So every time you see me buying a game, I'm always buying it for 20 or less. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be the same thing. I'm not gonna, like, for instance, I really wanted to play Last of Us 2, but I'm not paying $60 for it.
I'm waiting for the PS5 version.
Yeah, I'll wait for the PS5 version, or I'll wait till it goes on sale for 20 or $15 before I decide to delve into it. And by then maybe I lose interest and don't even want to play it. You know, I've got too many other games to play anyways.
And that's another thing too, is we always have other games to play.
Yep.
Like, there are definitely so many games I've missed over the years just because of playing something else.
Yep.
Next week we can talk about work hours.
Next week we can definitely talk about that, but I'm going to save this next topic. We were going to talk about Washington's NFL team possibly changing their name, so I'm going to save that for next week as well. So just keep that in mind. That should be an interesting discussion, but I think that's going to do it for this week. All right, let's do our plugs. Breakman, plug away.
Did I plug the harmonica yet?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you?
Is that a yes or no? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you did. You totally did.
Okay. Well then, okay. Did I plug the cowbell?
You did not. You did not.
Oh.
Plug the cowbell. There you go. All right. Anything else, Breakman?
You can follow me at Break_man on Twitter and at RPGrinders on Twitter and.
Oh, you did it anyways, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, you did it. You're exiled. I want to get Freak 5's comments. He says his husky didn't like the fireworks until she went deaf. Yeah, we were talking about that. I didn't get to your comment, Freak 5, but yeah, I totally get it. And his beagle.
Yeah, if you're deaf, you can't hear them.
His beagle doesn't care. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the dog. My dog just does not like it. She'll go underneath the bed. She just does not like it at all. Okay.
Two of my cats don't like it, but they don't like a loud noise, period. So you could walk in the room wrong and they'll hide for an hour. So.
I love cats are so strange, man. They're just weird. All right.
Well, the other cat doesn't fucking care about anything. She's like, whatever.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Eric, you're up.
I didn't get any reviews written this week, or at least up till today. Maybe tomorrow I'll definitely have something because I was playing a bunch of stuff this morning. But I write reviews for places like BostonFastWorkA.com and TotallyGN.com. And if you like what I've written and you want to support me, sending me as little as $1 on my Patreon would help me out. And that link to my Patreon is in my Twitter profile, which is @EricRPG.
Yep. All right. Anything else, Eric?
And I hope you can enjoy your 4th of July, but please take a moment to reflect on what you're actually celebrating, because I feel like a lot of people have this performative patriotism that is meaningless, and they don't ever think about the underlying problems that are facing this country right now.
Yeah, like systemic racism and a lot of stuff that's been brought to the forefront. I couldn't agree more, Eric. Anything else?
Other than that, have a good weekend.
Yep.
Stay safe.
Yep.
Keep wearing masks.
Yes. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Stuff like that. All right.
Take a poop.
Yeah, so you can say I pooped today. All right, I want to thank everybody in chat. Another TV viewer was in there. Commander Root was in there. Bernie was in there. Welcome back, Bernie. Freak5 was in there. Thanks for joining, Freak5. Wyland, our good friend Wyland, was in there. Lurks was in there. Thanks for joining, Lurks. And Thicker, first weekend. That was your first appearance, and you got mentioned twice, Thicker. Thank you for joining the chat. You can follow me on Twitter @Frank Branches. If you have something to say, I have no problem responding, and I do. Boy, oh boy, do I respond on Twitter. And you can follow me on any of the systems, mostly PlayStation 4. It's RP Grinders, with the RPG capitalized on the systems that it needs to be, differentiated. And that's about it. Don't, if you're gonna do fireworks, do them responsibly. If you
really thought that was going to turn into a fight, didn't you?
No, I didn't, man. Not at all. I was just saying that we were kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum.
No, the way you said it, like it sounded like, here we go. Here's an argument.
No.
Like not like knock it down.
No,
fights like we had before,
I knew we could come to reasonable conclusions like we normally do, Breakman. We do argue. You and I argue a lot about politics and.
I hope I can do Food Quest because most places are closed now because of the curfew.
Oh shit! You got a curfew? We had our.
Oh yeah, for COVID, most businesses are closed at like 8.
We had our curfew, eradicated. Which I'm not a fan of curfews at all whatsoever.
No, we don't have an actual curfew, but most businesses just don't stay open past 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, ouch. Okay. Let's see what else. Have a good, safe 4th. Yeah, I agree with Eric 100%. Think about what you're celebrating and don't let it get you into the whole jingoism bullshit that goes on July 4th and really understand a lot of things like systemic racism.
If you want to celebrate Independence Day, I think the best way would be to, if you can financially, donate to the Wolfpack, which is a lobby that's fighting to get money out of politics. So it's fighting for its own obsolescence.
Yeah. Which that's what we would, hope for. Money in politics. We talk about it all the time. Yeah. Get the fucking money out. That's all you can do. Okay. And with that, stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Till then, later, everybody.
Freak, we celebrating fun of blowing shit up. Yes, me too. Safe. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna blow up PlayStation's first. Who do we blow up next?
Yeah.
Confederate statues.
Confederate statues.
I want to do that right away.
Yeah.
Ooh, does anybody know where I can get like a Confederate flag? Because I was thinking of burning one tomorrow.
It's really hard. You can't get it on eBay anymore, I don't think. No harmonica.
You know, oh, you want a harmonica? I'll play a harmonica.
Oh,
for you.
how dare you!
I put it down for a second.
Were you doing jingle bells? Is that what I heard? Look. You know what's funny? Like
No, you
Breakman's
messed up my rhythm, though. What?
Breakman's getting like better at harmonica. Now he's doing jingle bells, which is. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to mention our 600 episode coming up in a couple weeks, guys.
I have been working on that thing we talked about too. We got 2 weeks, so I need to get it done.
Yeah, you got 2 weeks, man. I'll help you out if you need break,
Okay.
but I'm not as knowledgeable. Should we tell the chatters what we're doing?
Yeah, it's up if you want to.
Go ahead.
I didn't know
Breakman.
it's a secret.
Go ahead.
We're doing a. We did that horror bracket before. Frank wanted to do a cartoon bracket. So,
Yeah.
I didn't even know about
No, I don't think Bernie didn't even know about. But I told Breakman first because Break is like a cartoon aficionado, so kind of wanted him to take the point on it. But yeah, it'll be cool. Let's get 64 cartoons together. If you have any suggestions in chat, Freak, Wyland, anybody else, make sure send those over to Break, and we'll put together brackets. Because I'm not as knowledgeable as Break, so that's why I wanted Break to. Is Break working on his Western grip? Are you working on your Western grip, Break?
I was just putting some lotion on right now.
Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. But yeah, send us cartoons that you want involved in this 64 team mashup, and we'll get to the end of it. We'll do very little news. Maybe we'll skip a couple segments and get right into the nitty gritty, and do a 64 team battle royale. Grid, what do they call that? Tourney style, like they do in March for March Madness, and we'll get that going. I think we should do the horror one every year because that was a lot of fun, and people really. I know Wyland was pissed off at the winner, but the Nun reigned supreme, man. Like I couldn't believe it myself, man. I was like, holy shit, the Nun took it, but. Yeah, we rationalized it fairly well, I thought, and none of us are attached to the Nun, so it's like, it just worked out, all right, but we'll do the cartoon one, and that should be a ton of fun. Is that? I think the Nun can eat a big bag of dongs.
It probably could, actually.
Personally, I said it should have been Kevin Bacon from the Hollow Man, the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it should always be Kevin Bacon. He should always win.
Oh, see, you're kissing up. That's the whole thing. 4 quadrants starting out by decades. Okay, that's an idea. Breakman, what do you think about that? 4 quadrants with, doing them by decades. But we really can't do that because, we have to include new cartoons too. So I don't know.
I can figure something out. I think I can.
Maybe you can combine decades if you don't have enough. Okay, all right, Break.
Or maybe
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Okay, Bernie says Courage the Cowardly Dog, Breakman. So you got to.
Or maybe I could sort them out by types of cartoons. Like action cartoons versus kids cartoons, stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. Whatever it is. We'll have 64. We'll have 64. Are we doing that in 2 weeks, or what are we doing?
I think I remember Butt Ugly Aliens.
Butt Ugly Aliens? I haven't heard that cartoon in forever. Jesus Christ, Bernie, you're coming up with some...
Scotty used to watch it.
Wow. Inhumanoids, Wyland. So send them on Twitter, you fuckers.
Yeah, tweet them to me. That's a good idea.
Tweet them to Breakman so we can keep track of them. Silverhawks, okay. All right. Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. That has to be on my list.
Yeah, for sure. Damn it, Beavis. That was like the worst. Thundercats, okay. All right. Okay, guys. Okay, guys in chat, thank you guys. Beavis and Butthead is coming back on Comedy Central, which is fucking awesome news. I should have put
it.
Yeah.
The Max. I love the Max.
The Max was a good cartoon, man. That was a good, mature cartoon. Invader Zim. How dare you, Wyland? Invader Zim's overrated. But we'll put it in there. Just tweet them. Tweet them to Breakman, and we'll sort out all of that.
I gotta go.
Stuff. All right. Later, everybody.
All right, later.
Later, guys. We're off the air.
Bye.
All right. Whose turn? Is it mine?
It's your turn. And mine next week, and then be Eric's for the 600.
Son of a bitch. Okay. You're overrated, Ren and Stimpy. Okay. Later, guys. Bye.
All right, later.
Darn it, you got it on my Friday off.
What?
Shit. You have to do the show.
Yeah, I know. I know. That sucks. But that's okay. We can talk and all that stuff. You okay? You want to go riding for food or walking for food? What are we going to get? Think about it.
I don't know.
Okay, I gotta do it. So I already did that. So let me get rid of this because I don't. Oh shit.